it. There's no better place to end your week than start your weekend. Now take a deep breath and let go. New topics is here, so let it show. It's time to get your dance and your smile on. I'm feeling happy with New Topics Podcast. I feel like dancing with New Topics Podcast.
That's the NSYNC,
but I feel better now.
and then the Tina.
It's time to flow with the New Topics Podcast.
And then the night at the Roxbury.
Oh wait, I gotta go this way.
I'm feeling happy with New Topics
Welcome
Podcast.
to the New Topic Podcast. It is it's not Friday. What? It's Saturday. It is a special edition of
Saturday all day.
the New Topic Podcast. Hello.
Hello,
Are you-
everyone.
You might be asking yourself, why, guys? Why are you so late? Friday was yesterday. We're supposed to end the weekend on a high note on Friday, but because the podcast was canceled, I didn't know what to do. All right, guys. We were, at least Joycey and I, were at the Nintendo Switch 2 hands-on experience. These hands have touched the Switch 2, and I have not washed them since. I will not wash them until the Switch 2 are in my hands again. I'm kidding. I did watch. I had to.
I washed my hands, y'all. As y'all can see, I'm eating.
I
took a whole shower when I got home last night.
I
at
didn't
2
want to
a.m.
wash my hands, but I had to. I had to.
Good.
I
Good.
also touched it, and it was amazing. And I will never be the same again.
It's
The hype is real.
it's a
the hype
religious
is real.
experience. It's a spiritual experience. When you hold that Switch in your hands, it's like
It's guys. It's a premium system.
it is.
I was going to buy it regardless. You're talking to people who bought the Wii U. It's a beast. It's a beast.
There's a lot we're gonna go into this, guys. There's a lot
Yeah.
we're gonna go into this, but there's one I'm gonna do a big teaser for you guys. There's one thing that I have not seen any content creator do, and I'm pretty sure they forgot about it, right?
Mhm.
But I didn't. Okay, it's related to a feature that I want, and there's a certain thing that the system had to do in order for that feature to be possible. I did it. Me, and I and the guy was just standing right there. The experienced guy was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Can I try something?" I didn't know what to do. It was off script because they were kind of telling you about this system and how it's bigger and try the Joy-Cons. And I'm like, "No, I know it does that. I mean, this dude try this. Let me try this," and I did it. And it worked. And I'm gonna tell you what it is later. It's gonna be fun.
Later? Oh my! The anticipation is killing me. I've known about this for a while, and I'm okay.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
All
So
right.
awesome.
We're still we are still getting people joining the podcast, so I'm gonna wait a little bit. Don't. I'm not making you guys wait. I'm just making sure because we don't have a countdown anymore. We kind of got rid of the entire countdown, that the 5-minute countdown we used to have, and so we just start the podcast now. So I'm giving a little time to people to get here, but it's gonna be a cool feature that I just kind of I didn't lick it. That wasn't it. There's no feature that makes you taste the game or smell the game. It's not smell-o-vision like the
We
the
weren't
little
able
carriage.
to physically touch the cartridges. Okay?
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
because I was totally willing to take one for the team and just lick one and just see what
Yeah.
happened and
Yeah.
how bad it tasted. But yeah, we couldn't do that. And I was like, I don't want to make these people mad. They're holding Sidon and 4K hostage from me.
Yeah. And then there's one more thing. I at least you guys can prove me wrong. Not prove me wrong. Just tell me if you have seen it. But I haven't seen anyone upload a full experience. Just a couple clips and them talking about their experience and about their games, and then they show them playing the games and then a little of the ambience, but literally not the full experience in first person mode, as if you were in the experience yourself. Every stage, every level, every thing there. And let me know if you guys have seen that anywhere, because this was the last one. I think it ends tomorrow, right? Ends tomorrow. Then I'm going to post the entire experience for you guys. Like, so you guys
I don't think it ends. I think it's just going to be in other areas. I don't think
it ends in the US. In the US.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
So there's no more experiences in the US. Dallas is the last one. And so I'm going to post the entire experience for you guys from the outside, going in, getting the credentials all through the line, what everything we did, you guys are going to see. At least for those of you who weren't picked, I was thinking of you guys when I did that. I was thinking of you guys. I had a little camera stuck to my head like here. I'm like, I use that camera a lot when I do content creation or when I go places. For two reasons: to capture, and also so I can go home and see what I saw, because sometimes I miss stuff because of my disability. So I'm like, I just use a camera, and it's right here. This little baby right here. It's called the Insta 360 Go. It's awesome. Look, it's this, right? But then you take this, and there's a camera right there, that little baby. And then I had it like right here the entire time, right? And I can also put it right here, right there. I can holler her, and it has a microphone here. It has a microphone there. It has another microphone there. It has a microphone there, so it catches audio from everywhere.
He also had cameras just like mysteriously in every corner of the actual building.
Yeah. Just let you guys know, Paul Gale should jump any minute now. Probably forgot that we moved it to Saturday, but we are going to talk about today. It's going to be awesome. All right, so let's get into this. Let's first start by introducing the All-Star cast available for today. My mug. This mug here. This is a Joy mug. It's available. Only $12. Right now, it has sparkling water in it. You can put whatever you want in it and get filled with joy. So, the Joy mug, available at the Mike Odyssey shop on Etsy. Thank you. And then followed by Josh. Josh is there. Hi, Josh.
Hey, what's going on? So good to be here. I unfortunately have not been to a Switch 2 experience, so I'm gonna just ask the questions tonight.
See, and the thing is that video that I'm posting, the experience video, is for you, Josh. You know, because I know a lot of people didn't get to go, and there's only clips here and there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were also scared to film stuff. I was so lucky that a couple of the people working there are you guys, are the fans. So if you're watching, you helped me a lot with getting through and recording and everything. I appreciate you more than you know. I saw a lot of you out there as well. You greeted me. We got pictures. If you have pictures, post them. I want them. And so, yeah, I had just the best experience. Thanks to the staff that was there and a lot of you out there that I met you guys. Andre and I went like this. Didn't see Andre. Andre, we were gonna meet, but I guess I had to leave early because of reasons. Me, I was gonna stay late, but I thought that my flight left at 11 or late at night, and it was the opposite. And then I missed. I also missed that beauty of this beauty over here, not gonna meet her in person. And so, yeah. That's what that's why
I'm eating his snack that I bought for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the look.
So that was for me? Wow.
That's what I said right before we started. I said, this was your snack. I got one for you. And I don't know if Tolshow's not here. He's at the experience, I think. Still. Well, not this late. But anyway, I bought one for you. And I got one for him. He got his. I'm eating yours.
Listen, guys, this is what happened. What
had happened was
that I was recording a lot of stuff, right? And I forgot that I had my airline ticket here, my Uber and everything is all digital. And so it died, and so I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and charge my phone again. That way, and then Joycey was like, I was texting Joycey through my watch through the entire thing, so we can meet up later. The minute my phone charges and it opens up, it gives me an alert. You're bored. Your flight is not boarding. I'm like, what? And so when I went like that, my flight is not boarding. I had to like literally ran. I called an Uber, ran like that. I got to the airport, and when I got to the airport, I'm sorry, your flight left. And like, what do I do? Is there a flight today again? Is there, so I'm like, I was at the airport here, and I think I left something at that place. I always forget something of value. I think it was either a microphone, something. I know I left something because I can't find something. Probably left it over there. But I always leave stuff. I left my Switch when I went with Nate and Andres restart and to PAX. I left my entire.
You lost your Switch.
Yeah, I lost my Switch. So,
dear, okay, chat. I was fussing at Mike really since last night. So, yeah, I told Mike, when it comes to planning, always trust the black bougie auntie. Okay, because for one, I'm bougie. And in order to be bougie, you have to plan. Okay. Plan, you know, especially if you bougie on a bit of a budget. Okay. I'm not balling out of control. I'm just responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Mike could have had a driver because I drove up to Dallas. Mike could have had somebody to take care of the help with the equipment. I help with questions.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have gotten free snacks.
You know what? I only cared about that snack because that's like the best thing ever. Forget about the equipment.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even, as somebody who does not like nuts at all, I know, pause, but I don't like walnuts or anything like that. These, I'll eat these. Probably because of the thick coating of cinnamon sugar on the top.
Yeah, I always get them when I go to theme parks. I'm like, my God, that's like my favorite snack ever.
Mm-hmm. I only get them from Buc-ee's. I was telling Mike before, guys, in Texas, I don't know if they're all over. There's a truck stop called Buc-ee's, Bucee''S.
Yeah.
Cleanest. They are known for their clean bathrooms. So when you're on a road trip, or you don't want to go to that sketchy gas station on the side of the road that probably says like Bates on it or something like that.
Yeah.
You want to go to Buc-ee's, and all the food, all the stuff they make in there. There's plenty of regular food, but there's a lot of sugar stuff, and it's all natural made.
They're so big. They're such a massive.
They're huge.
It's like Walmart.
I've never heard of it though.
Like miles. There's Mike. When you're ever on a road trip, especially if you're in Texas, that is the place to stop. Families stop over there, and they pay their people well, and the customer service is amazing. All those reasons, I shop at places like that.
Nice.
On my road trips, I go around. Okay, now where's a Buc-ee's here? Where's a Buc-ee's here? And I only stop there. It's very safe, well lit. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, that wasn't supposed to be a.
I mean, it's good.
Advisory, but
I mean, you're explaining when you got those awesome, snacks. So yeah, it warrants the story. So,
it does. Shout out to Buc-ee's.
Yeah. So I mean,
we're happy to be sponsored by you, Buc-ee's. Just
that'd be good, right?
We'll promote in exchange for free snacks.
For real? No, I'm serious. I would say sponsored by Buc-ee's. It'll be the podcast.
Just eating almonds. Yeah, Buc-ee's, holla at us. But anyway, chat. I need all of, especially the mods, who are with Mike all the time. When Mike wants to plan to do something, just tell him. Did you ask Joycey?
Yeah.
Just say that. Just say that. And then I'm going to, because the plan is, I'm messing with you, Mike, but I got to fuss at you. So I'm talking about you to you people.
You promise.
So a pinky promise. And I told Mike, I said, next time you want to plan something, you have your wife call me and we will make the plan and you will follow it. And he agreed. So chat, next time he says he wants to go on and do planning things, just say, did you ask Joycey? Yeah. And that's my service announcement for the day. Did you know this? Did you play Cyberpunk?
Brought to you by Buc-ee's.
Eat some almonds, y'all. These are delicious.
All right. Aside from all the fiasco, I had a separate ticket, and the guy, while I was waiting for my because my experience was already done, right? And the reason why I couldn't align with Joyce is because they were lining everybody up instead of going by time, they were just going so quick. Okay, let's let people in a group at a time as they arrive. Just scan the thingy and forget about the time. So it doesn't matter if you had a 1 o'clock one and you were right at 9 and you had a scan thingy, they'll allow you. They'll just let you in, because I think they learned the lesson from the previous ones when people were just waiting outside in the sun and like that. And so because the ones I think the people that were in charge of the event, at least it's Nintendo, it's Furukawa, but people who are organizing and in charge of the events, both of them were there, and they've been in all the other events too. So they've been tweaking things as they go. So we got the best experience of all. That's why Joyce was like, you know what, go play, do do what you want to do, because they probably saw how it was in their first one, trial run, second one, finicky, third one, perfection. So we got.
They didn't pressure us or anything. They didn't tell us we had to leave or anything like that. I went a couple rounds with Zelda because I just wanted to really stare at sight on in 4K.
Shocking.
Yeah, and they were gonna let me use, I got 2 entries, 2 little they were gonna let me go in and it just play until like the end of the day. I'm like, okay, but I couldn't use it because of my yeah.
Because of your what?
Fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why am I still doing the pre-order banner here? By the way,
I had a ride to the airport, child. My car barely hit over 3,000.
It would have been a funner ride too than the my Uber person was about 80 years old, and she almost hit a couple of motorcycles on the way there. And I'm like, I was like, oh my God, no.
You know what's interesting? Because I actually like to drive. So whenever there's a road trip, everybody wants me to come because I like to drive, and I get us there. And I don't like it. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to say I don't like motorcycles. I do like motorcycles. I don't like being on the road with motorcycles.
Yeah.
When I'm driving, I try to get away from everybody on the road. I want to be on that long stretch of highway, and I want all 80 cars way behind me, 80 cars way in front of me, and then the middle section is just me because I like to fly. Because I'm trying to get there. It's just Dallas. It's not that bad. So I'm going 90, and I need everybody to stay away from me. Motorcycles, other motorists. I am on a mission right now. Okay, I don't want to. I don't mind driving, but I also don't want to be in the car without my things that encourage my bougie life, like my own bathroom. So there's something in the almonds, guys. I don't know in the almonds.
All right, so that was the first thing, right? That was the first thing we tried to meet. I'm sorry, Andre, from Under Restart. Not Under Restart. I'm from Game Explain.
I saw him.
Yeah, we were gonna meet too, but I couldn't meet him either. So sorry, guys.
See, if you had called your assistant and said, "Hey, if you see Andre in there from Game Explain, tell him I'm sorry." You tell him what happened because I did see him. The only reason I didn't talk to him is because he was actually setting up the camera in front of the Zelda booth. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And he was setting up the camera. I wanted to say hi to him so bad though.
Look who's here! Wait. I thought he was wearing a Switch 2 jacket. I was gonna that's too much.
I was gonna ask that. Who gave you the jacket? And why didn't I get one?
Is that a Michelin jacket? It looks like the guy from Michelin, like the tire.
Look at that guy.
Sisa.
I love that.
I see. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and not Michelin.
Real quick, guys, we do have to say shout out and thank you to Boo Mini for giving her a gifted membership. We love you, Boo.
She is the honorary podcast co-host here. And then congratulations to TARDIS76. Just became a sponsor. Thank you so much for joining the Odyssey. Enjoy the perks. I got a video working for you guys. I thought about my members also when I went to the experience. So there's a lot of footage that's gonna be just for members. And it was an insane experience. So let's now that Paul is here, we can start talking about it.
I hope I didn't miss much.
No, you didn't miss anything at all. You missed me missing my flight, okay, and and then I didn't see Joyce just because I had to rush to the airport and my phone died in a whole bunch of stories, and then I missed my walnuts or my my treat that Josie brought me from the.
Yeah, because see, Paul, you miss when you rewatch the stream later. You make sure you catch the beginning where I'm completely fussing at Mike.
So you didn't see each other at all over the
Nope.
weekend?
No.
Oh my
And
god!
it was not my fault.
It was my fault.
Mike turned down a free ride and possibly halfway free motel. Not for me, but for he could have probably stayed with Tall Show.
Listen, long story short, my phone died. One of the amazing reps there helped me charge my phone. The minute it turned on, it says your flight is boarding. I'm like, what? Why my flight is boarding? So I literally rushed to the airport. I think I forgot some equipment there, and then I went to the airport. I missed my flight. I had to pay a fee, and then I ended up leaving in a flight later on, and I ended up getting home at 2 a.m. in the morning. But that was the whole thing.
Did you two have fun independently?
Oh yes! Yeah, for sure. I just threw down something that I did that I want to do. I think I told you, Paul, when I get there, I'm going to do something with this Switch just to prove that this feature exists and will exist. Nobody say anything if you figure it out. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, let's get into the Switch 2 experience. We went to the last one in Dallas. Okay, it was from the 25th, 26th, and 27th, so it ends tomorrow. A couple of you, a lot of you, I at least met for the lot of you out there. You guys took pictures with me. If you have pictures, DM me or send it to me. Or if you don't have social media, you can send it to me. I can show the podcast, or you can also put it on Twitter and just tag me. I also met with a lot of the crew. We're Odyssey fans. A lot of the crew, which is awesome, right? And so this special one guy, man, that literally, if you're watching, thank you so much. He's like, this is Mike Odyssey. He has a visual impairment. If you see him do this, whatever like that, help him out, and then everybody knows. so he made the experience just, man, like so great for me. Like it was just so easy and smooth, and everybody know that if I had to go like this, or if I had to look at the controller, something like this. So look at a button, because I do sometimes I read like this. I just take this and I look at this close like this, and that's how I can see good. So it was just, it went smooth like butter, right? It was an amazing experience. You guys will see it in the video because I left a lot of it in there, including when we met this I met this fan / subscriber who was part of the crew with his Nintendo shirt. And so Nintendo Switch 2. Oh,
hype is real.
My God. Like I said earlier, Paul, I said, I didn't want to watch these hands. I did not want to watch these hands. When I held that Nintendo Switch in my hands for the very first time, I wanted to cry. It was like a tear coming down my cheek, right? Because let me visually explain to you just overall what the experience was, how the experience was. You made the line, you interacted with the fans. By the way, I spoke to the fans. I interviewed fans, so they're in the video. What you're gonna watch, all right? I make sure to get some behind the scenes footage and stuff like that. And you enter. Furukawa was right. There were stages. The first stage is, of course, there's a stage where you're in line and they're doing the rah, say Mario, say Donkey Kong, and you're like, and then like hyping up and everything, and we're like just like screaming and yelling, and all of a sudden the doors open, and when the doors open, you enter this room. It's filled with displays everywhere of all the Nintendo Switch accessories, the box, and all the stuff, and the hype is even more real there. And then all of a sudden you approach this display, and right behind the display is the freaking Switch 2 in all its glory and all its box content, because there's a display that has all the content that come in a freaking box. I was just so freaking hyped. Look, listen, there are accessories that I thought that weren't going to come with the Nintendo Switch that are part of it. They're in the box from day one. Those little clickety things. You know what? I'll let you guys be surprised when you buy the Switch or you watch the video. But that part was the display area where we got to hold the Switch for the very first time. It was off, but we got to hold it and look at it and play with the stand and kiss it, caress it, and lick it, and just kind of You know?
Pause, and pause. We're talking about a
Marion.
don't pray for Mike, y'all.
Were you there after him?
Yes.
Yeah, he was out.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I don't know.
You know, yeah. So all those kiss marks that you saw there, they were from me. All the lipstick.
Oh, that was the guy next to me. He must have been playing on the Switch you were playing.
Yeah. So
to be fair, Mike's being funny. They do actually clean off everything.
Yeah, they do. After somebody holds it, the guy wipes it away and everything, and then the next person holds it. Then after that, we were led into another room where we were playing Mario Kart. Right? They paired us against each other, one against one, and then after that one, we did
Donkey Kong.
We did free play. So we went to Mario Kart and we were able to just go wild, just discover places. I
assumed you played Donkey Kong next because it was like right next to the.
Oh yeah, we did. Donkey Kong came after. After Mario Kart, yeah, because we did three things in Mario. We did the one-on-one against another player. We did the free roam. So I went looking for P switches and stuff like that and practicing my little jumps and all that stuff. And then after that, we did the knockout round. So I
was like the first one to die.
I started 18. I made two of the laps, two of the lap thingies. What do you call
the gates?
Two other checkpoints.
Yeah.
Each checkpoint gives you. It's really cool. Each checkpoint gives you a big number and says if you're under that number, you're out. So when you pass it, if you're under that number, then you're out. Right? It's really cool. So there, and then do you guys want to play Donkey Kong or do you want to head into the big area? Of course, we just had to. I know Yoshi did, right? You played Donkey Kong.
I played Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong isn't my favorite, but it does look amazing.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing, but it does look amazing. It looks
so we played Donkey Kong, and after Donkey Kong, we went into the wild, and then we saw all this amazing goodness. I played 8 games total, and none of them were Switch 1 games. I completely avoided all Mario Party, Jamboree, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Because I wanted to have that experience at home. I wanted to go there and play the games that or either are making it to Nintendo Switch 2. Just to say, my first game was Street Fighter. My first game playing there was Street Fighter, or being ported to Switch 2 like Street Fighter, right? And then we spent the entire time there until it was time to say goodbye. And now let's go ahead and talk about each individual game and the experience we had there. Paul, you want to share your experience there? Because I know yours was different in LA. Was it similar to the what I described?
Yeah, you have this little spot where you're, in line, the queue area. Hold the system in your hands for the first time. Take off those Joy-Con 2 off the magnets. See what that feels like. Not turn it on, but look at all the boxes and the beautiful pieces of plastic that's going to be in your home in just a few more weeks. And then, you play some rounds of Mario Kart, and then a huge Donkey Kong section off to the right, and then everything else around it. So, I think they set up the 3 places in the U.S. and then in Canada recently. Very similar booth-like setup, photo opportunity area, place to be, interviews being held. Yeah, it was a really cool thing, and Nintendo really appropriately booked it with how many people entered at a time, how long people could stay, and how many TVs and machines were available. Because I've been to E3s where you've got 60,000 people in attendance, and yes, you have several dozen companies there, and each company with a couple hundred TVs, but that's not enough for 60,000 people to play at once. So when you have 6,000 people rush to Nintendo's booth to play Wii for the first time, you've had E3s where people wait 6 hours, 8 hours, all day long just to play Twilight Princess for 15 minutes, and that's their E3 experience for one
Yep.
day of the show. I didn't have that experience, but that's what it has been like in the past. This was a very appropriate. Here's a couple hundred people. Here's a couple hundred TVs. Here's a couple hundred Nintendo Switches. You only have to wait maybe 10 minutes to play a game because, first of all, if you want to play anything, I don't think you had to wait at all for anything. If you wanted to play one thing in particular, maybe you had to wait 10 minutes to play that one thing, you know? So
Yeah.
it was a really smooth event, like even better probably than Nintendo Live a couple of years ago in Seattle. This was awesome. I hope Nintendo does something like this once a year. I loved it.
Yeah. And what I was saying is that and you can tell me, Paul, if this was different from your event. Were people lined up at the beginning per time as they had it in their ticket, or were they going in as they arrived?
They had a so in the plastic observation area where you could hold it but not play it, we did have to wait until like the start of the hour. But the cool thing for me was on my Friday and my Sunday, my start time was 12:30, but they just let us in at 12.
Yeah.
And then my end time was supposed to be 12:30 to 2:30, but they just let me go at 3 and then at 3:15 the next one. So they let me stay a little bit longer, but even if you weren't me, I think you still got like 2 or 2.5 hours, and not like me, just I got a little bit extra, but like you got to go in more or less on your time, if not a little bit earlier. But otherwise, it wasn't just like show up and go on in. They kind of balanced off how many people at a time by making sure, your wristband is done. See y'all later, and then new batch come in.
Yeah.
What was it like for you? Like by wristband?
I was there at 9 and I left what? So I was there about Josie was there like 3 hours, Josie? 3 hours?
Yeah.
I was
so
you got
145.
I was there like 5 hours.
So you got plenty of time too. So
how were you there 5 hours, Mike? You were gone by the time I got there.
I got because but when the time I left the building because of my the thing it had already been 5 hours. I was there since the morning. I got there in the morning like at 8. And so
you told me you got here at 10.
I went in at 10.
Oh, okay. My bad.
No, yeah, but I was outside. I was interviewing people like in the morning when they were in line because I got there early because I wanted to get people in line. Like when the crowds form and then the hype, and I want to get like shots of people in line and stuff for the video. And so I did interview some people. Yeah, I did interview some people. They were very hype. People who came from Montana to there, like a really cool couple you're gonna meet in the video. And so I got some. What was that?
Check our private chat.
Okay.
I told you so. It's to add on to something you're going to talk about later.
Okay.
But as you were saying, I'm sorry. As you were saying,
the Icons Tingle talk about Mike. The Tingle. Who's Tingle?
Why are you reading it out loud? Never mind.
I'm joking. I just want to say Tingle because
never mind.
I'm not reading.
I'm not gonna tell you now.
I'm not reading the actual thing. I just said Tingle. What Tingle? Tingle wasn't there. Making a Zelda joke, Joyce. I'm making a Zelda joke. Come on. Come on. All right. So, the experience was mostly similar. At that time. Joyce, games that you played. What games were you able to play?
Okay. I'm trying to remember this in my head. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting some good gamer tea right now. Okay. So I played, of course, Mario Kart Tour, or Mario Kart World. I'm sorry. I did not know. I'm not a Mario Kart fan. Okay. But this one I had a lot of fun with. I had a lot of fun losing. Totally died. Okay. In Knockout Tour, I died first. Out of everybody, I died first.
That's memorable.
Yeah, I guess. Let's see here. I also died a lot. Or not died, but I kept getting like hit off the track because the buttons are a little bit different, or at least not what I'm used to. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need practice with this. So, but I got the pre-order bundle, so
Yeah.
So that works.
You're right.
Like,
Mapping is different of the controllers.
And I did ask them, I said, is it true that you can like map the buttons any way you want and for any game? And I don't think this person officially knew. No shade if you're watching. I'm sorry.
Not everybody knew. Yeah.
But they were like, at least Nintendo games. And I'm like, okay, that's a fair answer. So
if it's like Switch 1, you can just go into the settings and change your controller. I have multiple videos. Yeah, because like if you want to use the Pro controller for like GoldenEye, you have to reverse your sticks, and then it will play exactly like a modern shooter. And the nice thing is you can save profiles, so then you can have like a GoldenEye profile for you if you like it a certain way. You can have a Mario Kart profile, and on the Switch 1, when you start up your system, it'll be like, hey, your controller is set to this profile. Do you want to revert to normal or not? So it's very helpful.
I did not know that. So thank you. I really didn't know that. But I played Donkey Kong next. I already shared my thoughts on that. Then they let us out in the wild, and then I went to the Zelda booth first.
How much?
Huh? Say it,
how
Paul.
How much better did Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom look in 4K? I was looking at it. I'm like an inch away from the screen while my son was playing on the second day, and I'm like, gosh almighty, is this perfectly crystal clear? It's amazing. This is up-res with some polygon refinement and some extra stuff does. The next Zelda game from scratch is going to be phenomenal.
And
I was very impressed with how much better.
And everything Paul said is 100% true. Paul, what area did you play Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom at all?
I watched the Breath of the Wild one to my left, but kind of like Mike said, I really wanted to emphasize on my second day when I went, I played Tears of the Kingdom. The Breath of the Wild area I saw, which was insanely beautiful, was I saw the Rito Village and just how good the wood looked like as you're walking around. As the player to my left was walking around, I was just stunned. And the Tears of the Kingdom one was, we started off in the above ground Sky Island and getting to play in that whole area, and then later on the ground, I'm like, man, looks so good.
So I was the reason I asked that because I went to the Zora area because I wanted to see Sidon. I really wanted to see Sidon in 4K because that's healing to the soul because he's beautiful. Sidon is dreamy and he's even dreamier in 4K. So okay, so y'all know how I feel about Zelda. I don't need to get all into that. All I will say is that I don't think the YouTube videos do it justice at all. I think it looks absolutely amazing in person on the Switch itself and on TV. So anyway, Cyberpunk is the one that really impressed me. I wanted to play Cyberpunk because I'm trying to open my mind a little bit to certain kinds of first-person shooters. I actually do not like first-person shooters. I don't like first person because I feel disoriented. I feel like I'm like the game is like right here and I'm about to tip over or something. It's weird. But I said I need to open my mind, especially since I'm really interested in what Cyberpunk's story is. And unfortunately, I did not get his name. Y'all forgive me. But I was able to talk to one of the developers from CD Projekt Red. And I said, so this runs on Switch. This is the Switch version that I'm playing. He's like, yes. And I said, this is running on Switch. He said, well, it's running on Switch 2. And I'm like, yeah, but this is running. I said, this is the Switch 2 made by Nintendo. And he said, yep. So if you understand intonation a little bit, y'all know what we really said. He's like, yeah, we got our awesome game running on a tablet. A very premium tablet, but a tablet.
Yeah.
I admit, guys, I was looking for a lot of the things that I hear certain people are concerned about. I am not a tech head at all. I remember one games where I had this talk with somebody on Twitter. I'm sorry, but the OG Zelda runs at 7 FPS. 7 single digit.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's funny.
Even though 50, 60 FPS has been around
So funny.
Then. So but I wanted to walk around. Did I find any pixelated issues? Was there any like movement issues? Anything? I was able to walk up to NPCs and see entire.
I was at you went to NBC then?
Oh yeah, that's
NBC
my
Studios. Yeah.
Yeah, I went there next, but that's another story. I'm kidding. But I was able to see features like mustache hairs, when we all went off about mustache hairs when Mario Odyssey came out. Saw some people with jewelry on and all these different things. And I'm like, these are all the little things that Switch 1 didn't pick up as clearly. Very, very clear. If he had told me, well, actually, this is a PlayStation 4, but we're going to sell it on Switch 2, I would have believed him. That's how good it looks.
Amazing.
What else did I play? I played Hades 2.
Oh yeah, Hades, so good.
I did not play Hades 1. And I said, I don't know if I'm interested. Then I'm like, hey, that's what this is for. Play it for free for a few minutes, see if you like it.
Yeah.
So I will be purchasing Hades 1 and 2.
There you go.
I will also be purchasing Cyberpunk. I said if I sit here alone with this game, I'm sure I could eventually figure out the FPS. I just got to get over it. And honestly, standing the whole time, because Paul, I don't know if they did this to you, but for Mike and ours, there was no place to really like sit down and be comfortable. So we were like standing.
There was one game that had that. Just one game.
I didn't play that one. That was
Dragon Drive. That was the only seated experience.
Yeah.
But there was no place for you to sit down and just relax, unless you wanted to sit on the floor. And so I'm standing there and trying to do FPS. That is a little disorientating. Or I'm old, one or the other. But I'm gonna buy it. Also, it's a game that's entirely on the cartridge, so that's the other reason I'm buying. I want to support that behavior. What else? What else was Mike? What am I missing? There's
Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 4.
Guys, Metroid Prime 4, that demo that turned me into a Metroid fan. That's the next. That is the next. I wrote that down to tell you too.
I have no words. Like when that game, when it was my turn, I'll talk about it. But I have to just back up Joyce in that one.
Let's talk about it.
Wow.
Metroid Prime 4, and you know what? We experienced it only in one mode, which was 120 frames per second, 1080p visual mode, and I thought that looked good. I can't wait to experience that in the higher visual fidelity, because to me, I think 60 frames per second is going to be just fine for me in that game. I want to crank up the visuals in that one. That's kind of how I'm going to be for that one.
Yeah, when I was leaving, I'm like, Metroid Prime 4, man, I gotta go home, and I have to. I need to stream Metroid Prime Remastered. I need to talk about it more. I need to talk about Metroid Prime Trilogy, because I think that one of the things that us content creators need to do for those games that need that push is talk about it more. And I recognize I don't talk about Metroid enough. After playing that game, after seeing what they did, we need to talk about Metroid more on this channel. Talk about Metroid Prime Remastered, the trilogy. Hopefully, Metroid Nintendo brings 2 and 3 in some way or form, right? But man, we need to push this game because it looks incredible. I think that with the new wave of fans that this system will bring, with of course Elden Ring and Street Fighter and Cyberpunk, those from other consoles will coming in, they'll fall in love with Metroid. So Metroid will have a new fan base rising just because of this Metroid Prime 4, which is incredible.
And so you know how I just said like 10 seconds ago, I don't like first person, blah 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 blah. It's disorientating. So either, and I'm not even being biased because y'all know I haven't played Metroid before, but it was so much easier to follow. Now they didn't have the Pro controller there, so I had to play with the Joy-Cons. I personally do not like the Joy-Cons. I'm old school. I want to sit on my couch and play with a regular controller. I know Wii was a little different, but whatever. Y'all know what I mean. So since you could play it with the Pro controller, I was like, this one I'm gonna have a blast with. I'm gonna have entirely too much fun. And I don't know if this is a spoiler if I talk about the music. I shouldn't. It shouldn't, because this was in the trailer. But basically, the trailer music, when she lands, especially when you see the certain things that happen before she comes down in the ship. I'm not going to spoil because I don't remember if that was in the trailer or not. But there's certain things that happen right before that, and then you see her land and you hear that music, and I was like, can I just give you my money now and take this one home? I mean, I wanted to. Samus, girl, yes, queen, yes, we are doing this. I'm going to get into Metroid. I got to tell Andres.
And not only that, to add to that, because the music, the background, the sound effect, the field, how it sounds, and like there's a battle going on in the background. You can hear it and you can feel it while you're in the battle. It's like you're no longer by yourself confined and just like pew pew pew. No, there's stuff going on in the background, and
there's scary stuff happening. Scary things.
Yeah, you're here in the middle of the battle, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to feel isolated. I don't want to feel isolated again with Metroid, just all by myself.
Like Metroid Dread, where the Emmys just track you down and chase after you to death.
Here, something's going on, and you can feel it. And I have to give it up because it looks like they had. You see the TVs here? I think some of them had sound bars under it on purpose because they wanted you to hear the immersion of that game.
Everything sounded great, and I'm gonna tell you something else. And Mike and Paul, y'all can confirm this. The YouTube videos and pictures don't do it justice.
Not even one bit. Not even one bit. Nothing.
So if this impresses you, what you've been seeing on YouTube and videos, and even in the direct itself, if that impresses you, then you're going to be even more impressed when you actually get your hands in the system.
Not even the trailer.
The trailer, because the trailer didn't move me either, and I'll admit that it didn't move me either. I'm like, hey, Mario Kart. Okay, what else you got? That's what I was interested in, and I knew Mario Kart was going to be the flagship launch title. I knew that everything, but then I sat there and I actually stood there and played it for a while. Played it with other people. Played Knockout Tour, and and the reason I got Mario Kart is because it came with the bundle, and it's like, okay, so basically I'm getting a game packed in for $50. I'm okay with that. Well, not packed in, but y'all know what I mean. And I'm
too
like,
good of a deal to pass up on.
Exactly. I might as well get the one that at least comes with a game that's normally a higher price and get it for a cheaper price, because even the few hours, or maybe I might put more hours into it. But even if I had just planned on what I had planned, I just want to play it a little bit, get a feel for it, try to see if I like it, kind of thing. It's still worth it. So it's gorgeous in person, guys. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take up too much of that.
What specifically? I'll ask this for both, since you weren't a fan of Mario Kart and Metroid going in. What specifically? Let's start with Mario Kart, since you played that one first. What do you think really made you change your mind? And obviously it is on sale with the bundle and stuff like we talked about. But what with the gameplay really was was there a moment that you're like, yo, I got to get this?
Yes. And so we were playing just a regular race, and I don't know what to do. I barely remember Mario Kart, the last one, or the Switch One version or whatever, because I only played it for a few hours, and it was like, oh, okay, this isn't really my thing. Racing games aren't my thing. So I'm like, you're just going around and around in a circle. And that's kind of how I felt about Mario Kart. I like it because Mario characters and everything. But then when I played it yesterday, and mind y'all, I lost a lot. In the regular racing game, I think I only had 50 cc's, and that was my fault. I didn't pick the right car and all that other stuff. But I came in 8th place. And as I'm going along, I'm seeing people, the kind of stuff they're throwing. We're throwing banana peels. We're throwing mushrooms. I didn't see any blue shells, but somebody threw some lightning on me. And I don't appreciate that. And I think there's lightning in the other one too. But I mean, I think you're able to throw it directly at a person. And I was like,
no, lightning in the old games hits everyone. Lightning in this one only hits people in front of you.
Okay. I wasn't sure about that. And I was like, I want to do that.
Oh, actually, I hit lightning. I hit everybody with lightning. And after I hit everybody with lightning, I also ate a giant mushroom and just
smashed them all.
See, what you're describing. No, Mike, that's perfect. That's great. Because that kind of helps me answer Josh's question.
Yeah.
I felt more challenge. And I'm like, well, how are they doing this? And the Nintendo rep is there, or the staff was there. They're like, oh, we'll push this button and do this button and everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is different. I don't remember this being in the last Mario Kart. And I'm like, okay, so there's more challenge. I wanted to keep playing. I wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can win this. Let me do this differently. And so it was that moment of my brain trying to, okay, how do I break this down? How do I win this? It's like the Splatoon brain turned on. Yeah. Because I have a lot of fun with Splatoon, but with Splatoon, you can move around. It's chaotic, but it's a different type of, it's a controlled chaos.
Yeah.
So you know who your teammates are. You have teammates. You can kind of depend on your teammates to kind of do certain things as you're running the Rainmaker or, whatever the case may. The other thing, and that's the thing that's what's kind of fun about it. But with Mario Kart, it's the challenge that I don't understand and I want to figure it out. And that's kind of what sold me on this one.
Yeah.
Now I want to go pull out the old Mario Kart and say, okay, now what have I been missing? But
there's one major thing that she right here, she told me about Mario Kart that separates this game from the rest and all by itself kind of makes it $80 already. One thing. There are no loops. It's just a constant.
Oh yeah.
You don't go back in a circle and then there's no loop. It's just a constant race, meaning the entire track is all new moving forward. Mm-hmm. And then that's because you have to you keep traveling from place to place. So there's no like a track in a way. It's just you're just driving forward and you're just experiencing the entire terrain, the entire map until you get to the finish line. From that finish line, then you enter the knockout race, which is like you driving from one area of the map to the next track, right? And then that track keeps going forward moving forward towards the map. It's not going in the loop. It's not like you're like there's a map and it has like a circle that you have to kind of go. Oh, you're back here again. No, it's all forward. You're driving forward all the time.
Now you're driving and you're not circling the same distance, if you will, but you are going through hills and going through and stuff like that. You're still doing all that.
You're always moving forward in the map. That's what she told me. You're not.
What I forgot to do. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So it's that's what's different between Mario Kart. I think every other Mario Kart before, right? Because it always tracks. This one is you're always moving forward. That's why when you see the map. You see all these lines and everything like that. You don't see circles anymore here, circles over here. You see just lines connecting to each other, and they're all supposed to be tracks, every single line.
So a question, and I'm going to answer your Metroid question in a minute, Josh, but I want to ask Mike and Paul specifically. Did you guys get a chance to fall in the water? Because I tried. And when I tried to fall in the water, the screen kind of did one of those and like fade to black. Yeah. And I was like, now that it's different, because I remember them saying that we could drive through water. And in the last game, I think what's his name? Lakitu, the little Koopa, Lakitu, the little Koopa picks you up with the fishing rod and puts you back on the track, or it was something like that. But this time I didn't hit water, and I was in an area where there was water under me. Hence why, Mike. I'm laughing at your camera. So there's a place for water. I wanted to go underwater and see what happened. I wasn't really trying to win. I'm looking at things, and the screen faded to black. Did either of you guys try that?
Faded to black in Mario Kart?
Yeah, when you try to jump, because I tried to land in water or go off the track and go into water because I thought
you're not allowed to play that part.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not.
There's layers to this.
Okay. Yeah. When you get the full game, when you play the full game, you're able to explore more, but not in the not in the demo. You're allowed to to play there.
Because I was a little, I'm not concerned, but I was like, because I was thinking the same thing. Either they block it out so you can't see what's going on underwater, which makes me believe there's something awesome under there if you drive under there, or that is part of the game. Or it's part of the demo, excuse me, because these are demo versions. I joked about licking cartridges, but guys, these are just demo versions. I don't know if cartridges or anything was even there. So, because all this stuff is hooked up and everything. All we got to really for real touch with the system and the Joy-Cons and Pro Controller.
Can I share something here that's kind of breaking? Look at my screen. I'm right there. Okay, and I asked the person, why is this doing this? Look at my screen. I'm actually racing, but while I'm racing, there's something on the screen.
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna
That's
go back.
interesting.
I'm gonna go back. Watch. I'm starting this. I'm starting the race. I'm starting the race now. Okay, and this is on the screen. So as I start the race, it's showing something else on the screen.
Yeah.
And
Whose
so
vision is, or whose point of view is that?
I told, yeah, it was my partner's point of view, but he's also on his.
But you're playing on the system. Is he playing on the TV?
He's playing on his tablet.
So he's playing the game on his.
Our game is being displayed on the TV too, but in a different point of view.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So it's a different switch. Just I'm kind of confused now.
It feels like it was streaming. Like people can watch us play while we playing on handheld mode.
I'm guessing it has something to do with that USB cord.
And I asked him, "Is this streaming to the TV?" Because it might be. I don't know. It might be. I don't know.
He's like,
I don't know.
But my whole point is I just wanted to see what the water looked like and test it out and see if I could drive under there. What's under there? Is there a shortcut? Because with Nintendo Mario games, you kind of never know. There's usually some kind of shortcut somewhere or some kind of special something somewhere. What were you going to say, Paul?
Did you drive on any water?
I tried to.
Okay. I did drive on water, not underneath. I don't know if this game will have any underneath, but I did drive on water. And the water is like, I could go for a new wave race.
The car changes when you get on water.
It does, and the water's really cool. It looks really nice, but things happen differently. Like in one of my matches, I think this feels like deja vu. Like I said it a couple of weeks ago, but I'm not sure. So I'll say it again just in case, or I'll say it regardless just in case. Somebody in my match fired a blue shell. I wasn't in first. I was like fourth or something, or fifth or whatever, but the blue shell went up ahead of me, like a good, several meters ahead, and then boom, it blew up, and it didn't just blow up, it just caused a ripple effect, like a, tidal wave of water just going woof, 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 like pulsating out, and then I was able to catch that and jump off of it. So it's like, dang it, that's cool. That's a nice little feature of it. Not just an explosion, but how would that manipulate the water? So then I'm thinking, I wonder if it would manipulate dirt or mud or haystack in different levels, or enemies, and send enemies blasting in every which direction. I wonder, does this game have any block walls? And if a blue shell blows up around a block wall, somebody might be able to access that. That is just me theorizing, because I saw how much extra attention went to this water effect of the blue shell blowing up on top of that, this distortion, and just made me start thinking of other things. Pretty cool stuff, though. Like, that was impressive.
Yeah.
Well, when I play it, then I'll find out for sure, because then I'll be looking at all that stuff. It was beautiful, though. Changed my mind, and
Definitely.
I got to answer the rest of Josh's question.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Mike?
No. I was gonna get to that about your answer about
Okay, good.
The
Because you do better explaining when I get jumbled up.
you can go ahead. Well, we're talking about Metroid now. You already explained about Metroid. Why it convinced you?
What convinced me is the fact that now I'm interested. Like and I'll admit, I've never really paid as much attention. I'm more of a fan of the Metroid Prime fan base.
Mm-hmm.
If you could be a fan of a fan base, because they love Samus down, and I love that for them. But I played it, and I said I want to test it, and I gotta be missing out. So many people in my gaming sphere love this game. So what changed my mind is I'm like, okay, so we're shooting these guys. Ooh, I can scan this. Okay, well, what? But how did we get here? Why is she here? The demo's over? Can I play again? Okay, great. I can play again. Okay, so we're back at the beginning here. Oh, this is cool. What's this in the corner over here? That's the kind of gamer I am. What's this rock over here? Guys, I have died in boss battles because I'm literally, what's that over there? I want to, what's this on the wall sometimes? Especially when it's brand new. So but what changed my mind is like I just kind of opened my brain up because so now I'm interested in the story. And one of the person who was helping me at that booth the second time around, somebody came up. It was a guy. I wish I had gotten his name, but he actually worked for Nintendo. And he was explaining, he was like, well, you know, Metroid isn't, he said it's a little bit smaller than our other franchises. He said, but this is the one. He's like, it's a really good one. And I said to him, I know this is a marketing ploy, but don't worry, I'm gonna buy it. And so we laughed. It was a joke.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I'm interested in the story and like how did we get here? And they were also explaining, well, there's certain things that happen in Metroid 1. And they were trying to explain it to me just like Andres has explained it, just like Paul has explained it, just like even Mike has explained it. And I'm like, I don't get it until I play it. But now I'm extremely interested because also some of the things you guys have explained about the game, some of the videos that I've seen, it started lining up. But I'm like, so the Federation Force, wait a minute, I'm against the Force. Or do we like the Force? Well, I have to play the game to find out. So now I got to play all of them because I don't like starting any story in the middle, no matter how disjointed it is.
The Federation are the good guys.
The what?
The Federation are the good guys, right?
Okay, so they're good guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully after I get stuff settled with what's going on with what I'm going to be doing with school and my schedule, I am going to I'll have to carve out different gaming time and I'll be able to probably devote more time and get into it.
Yeah.
And I will report back on my Metroid journey.
Yeah.
So I played that game. Mm-hmm.
I want to encourage you and anybody else that's like, because I'm seeing a few different chats that are like, I don't quite get Metroid. It's not, you know, I don't get the hype around it. The reason Prime 1 was so crazy and so much fun back when it launched is it was, I mean, if my memory serves me, it had been a long time, like Super Metroid, and then you had Fusion and Prime came out during the GameCube, Fusion being on Game Boy Advance and then Prime being on GameCube.
Yeah.
If it was one of those moments where a 2D game finally went into first person, and that's what made it kind of like it's a hard thing to truly explain. So I will say, if you guys want a bit of homework, go onto your NSO. Everybody that is a Nintendo fan should beat Super Metroid. Like, I'm putting that out there right now.
Okay.
Beat Super Metroid and then play Prime 1, and you'll be like, this is, hopefully you get that same magic, because I think that's really what captured the majority of the fan, because we went from like, you know, just experiencing it all on a 2D plane to now being in a 3D world. And it was like, this is, it's one of those things when you can watch the progression of a series to where you're like, this is what was going on in the head, in the minds of the developers. Like, they were seeing this even on the NES, but they were limited by the strength
just
of
like
the
Breath
console.
of the, just like Shiggy and Breath of the Wild. Exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
Gosh,
So
I love that you said that. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think that's why Metroid Dread did so well, because Metroid Dread was like the merging of what they did before in the NES with the new, right? And so it was like this 2D, 3D kind of.
Dread is properly named because even watching a couple playthroughs of that give me anxiety with the Emmy.
Yeah, that was.
And I said, and I'm one of those people. I will play late into the night, especially if I have the next day off, and I could just see me at 3 a.m. screaming because the Emmy didn't jump down, and it's chasing me. I don't know what
Dread
Metroid
was the only Switch game I beat twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've
Because of
heard
how
so
much I
many
loved
good
it.
things about it. I've
Yeah.
heard so many good things about it. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
Oh no, that's okay.
I was just gonna say, you know, I'm sorry.
No, go. My comment was fast, but go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, because I kind of feel like Samus is a little bit overlooked. So I was gonna buy the game regardless because I want to support, but now I'm actually like gonna buy it and play it. So you guys have sold me on it. Playing in Prime 4 really sold me on it. And it was, and I like purple. But I think about Bayonetta. And okay, so Joycey's gonna get on her soapbox, but just for 2 minutes. But I love Bayonetta and I love Samus. I love Zelda. I love all the girls. So if Metroid Prime or Metroid doesn't do well, and if Bayonetta doesn't get better, I don't want to hear anybody say ever again, we need a woman warrior. Well, there's two.
Mm-hmm.
And Samus, I can almost guarantee if we can at least hit over 5 million, we're going to keep getting Metroid games. So I do need everybody to buy and to play this one when you can. So that was my soapbox moment. Don't tell me you want girl warriors and you don't support the girls when they have their own game and their own franchise. Just saying. Go ahead. Go for it.
No, well, Paul had a comment, and then I'll ask my question after.
Yeah. Go for it, Paul.
Yeah, I was just going to compliment and follow up on Josh's comment on what made Metroid Prime so cool. It was a bigger gap, and therefore it was more impressive because more time went by, more technology went by than Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island and Super Mario 64, or A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time. More time went by because Metroid skipped N64, so you went from Super Metroid, like Josh said, to Metroid Prime on Nintendo GameCube. That next shift in graphics and technology was 2 generations later. It wasn't early 3D gaming. It was, all right, this is 3D's second generation, and this is not just 2 generations later in terms of power, but first person perspective. Ooh, that's the first of Nintendo's IP to try to go first person from a 2D era. And yeah, that it was a special time to be there because Metroid is the equivalent of Zelda in space in many ways. There's a secret here. This room has a secret in it. Look a little bit more in the secret room you found. Some secret rooms have a secret in them. Wow. And then some secret rooms have a third in there. Like, holy cow. And that's just one of the things that makes Metroid awesome. And it's the sense of power up, the sense of you getting more and more capable, and the game always has a way of balancing that is never too easy because new enemies in new areas also get more powerful, but it's a sense of awesomeness when you go back to older areas with your power-ups and you're like, dude, this feels good. This feels good to do. And anyways, yeah, Metroid Prime satisfied that really well, and I think this is going to be just the series' finest hour.
Yeah.
That's it. That was a long way of saying, dude, yeah.
Cool.
Play Super Metroid, like Josh said, then play Metroid Prime and be like, wow, these two came out as the sequel. Well, not as a sequel, but as the next entry. Well, and Fusion, but still. Home console wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I think what I liked the most about what you said, Josie, is that the none of the trailers had done anything for you. But then when
nothing.
When you went hands on, that's what sold you. And
I'm on the same boat. Because when I saw the first trailer, second trailer, I'm like, this is more of the same. It kind of feels the same as Metroid Remaster, and it's like that. When I played the game, it was a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did, oh yeah, go ahead, Joycey.
I was going to say one more soapbox moment. Somebody made a comment right now of what does it matter if it's a female or whatever, blah, blah, blah. When I get on my soapbox, guys, for those who aren't familiar with our podcast, Mike hates it. But I do it anyway. And he puts up with me. Just know that when I get on my soapbox, Mike is genuinely putting up with me. I tend to shade a lot of things I see that I don't necessarily agree with because they're factually incorrect or morally incorrect. So when I get on my soapbox, I'm kind of talking to that audience, and I want them to understand, everything isn't bad, everything isn't good, but everything definitely isn't bad. So if I'm being shady like that, it's always for a reason. So I hope that explains it. And also, I've never heard anybody describe Metroid as boring. I've never heard that.
Yeah,
Small audience, niche audience. But out of all these guys here, other gamer buddies, they've all said the same thing when they played Metroid. And I'm finally just now getting into it. And guys, when I played the NSO games, because they also had a GameCube area, did Joycey play, Eternal Darkness or something else? No. Joycey played Wind Waker.
Of course.
I didn't even go to NSO. I didn't even go to NSO because I don't know
why I went over there either. I played with.
I this is the thing. I was so excited for GameCube to come to NSO, but I'm eventually gonna have it at home. You know, I played Wind Waker. I played majority games there. I strictly went for games that are Switch 2 and are Switch 2 ported.
I should have, but I played all of them. So I had to play some Wind Waker for 10 minutes.
So how many games you played total, Joycey?
All of them, I think. The only one I didn't play was Split Fiction because not because it's not a good game or not interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I just it didn't grab me. It's not, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. So it might be one of those ones I look to in the future. Yeah. And I think that was the only game, that and Kirby. I've never been a Kirby fan.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful. I did watch somebody play it. It looked absolutely beautiful, but I'm just not a Kirby fan. So no shame. Yeah. But Kirby does look beautiful. So I played everything else. I already talked about Cyberpunk. I did try Ancient Civilization.
I did that too. I did too.
It didn't do it for me.
I mean, it's a very niche specific genre of gamers that like
Civilization 7.
Well, Civilization,
yes.
Yeah. Civilization 7, yeah.
It was like whose videos? I think it was Thunderstash's videos. They were all of those demo stations were empty.
I went to it. I think that was my second game, and I went to it specifically for that. And I have a reason. Once Yoshi finishes her games, I'll tell you why I went to that specific game.
The only reason I knew Civilization 7 was there is because it was actually behind another curtain. It was, and so it was like next to. So there was like this other big curtain. It was kind of open, but kind of not. And Cyberpunk and Ancient Civilization was back there, and I was like, "Why is this back here?" And then I played Ancient Civilization. I understand why this one's back here, but why is Cyberpunk back here?
Yeah, you're right.
And so if you guys like it, it's great. But
in LA, the only two games that they had kind of off to the side, not quite curtained off, but a little bit off to the side, were Cyberpunk 2077 and Yakuza 0, because those were the two M-rated games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything else was out and about.
Yeah, I did. I played it.
I didn't play. I don't think Yakuza was there. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I played Yakuza.
The one in Dallas?
Yeah.
Didn't you go to a different experience too?
I got a video. It's in the video.
I didn't even see it. Otherwise, I would have tried it. Oh well.
Yeah, I played Yakuza. It was good.
I don't think Mike. I went every inch of that place. I didn't see Yakuza.
You want me to show you the video?
I mean, it's not that I don't believe you. I'm just like, now I'm wondering, like, where was it?
Yeah, that's one of the games I played. Yeah, I want to let you be done with all the ones you played. Did you mention all of you?
What else did I play? What else was there? Well, I didn't play Yakuza either. Then that's my fault. I played Street Fighter in honor of Paul.
Yeah,
because it deserved a chance. I'm sorry, Paul. It's not my jam.
That's okay.
For me, I got the opposite reaction.
That's awesome. See, it's Mike's jam, so y'all can play.
I the minute I came home, on the way home, it was like 2:00 it was 1:00 in the morning. I was in the car. I pre-ordered it right there.
Awesome. Nice.
The car.
How much is it?
It's $59. $59.
Oh, it's 60 then. That's not bad.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because if you guys want to play Street Fighter together, then I would get it because I think it would be fun.
I'm gonna ban the other Paul here.
Hey, get out of here, fake Paul. We only like real Paul. Oh wait, or is this evil Paul? Wait, which Paul are you?
Oh, this is real Paul, and that's Luigi.
Mario.
I know.
This is not Mario. Do you see why his name is Mario?
No.
So cute.
Look at this and look at this. Man.
Wait, which one is that?
That's the
cat Mario.
Oh, he's cute.
What's the difference? I can't.
I see it. Yeah. He's missing the mustache. He does have a mustache.
That's cute.
That's why this is Mario.
Okay.
Cat Mario in your arms, though, is kind of like, man, put me down. I have to go run the household.
He's a big boy.
He is the big boy.
So I played.
There.
Maybe if I mention some of the ones that I played, maybe you can touch one. So first game I played, I made like a little list here. Of course, they make you play Mario Kart off the first, right? And then Mario Kart is you have to play that one because you have to play it. And then Donkey Kong, they'll give you that game if you want to play the optional, if you want to go into the main world, whatever, or the wild, like Rosie called it.
Yeah, in the wild.
I loved Donkey Kong. Loved it. It's pre-ordered.
I love the sounds. I did like the sounds. They're very satisfying.
Listen. When I was playing, I'm like, because I went nuts destroying everything. I just destroying the walls and everything, and just throwing stuff. And I went nuts. I was like, I want you to be able to see the next level. And so go through here and go through. So he let me through the entire area, but I was just having too much fun destroying everything, right? And that's what I'm gonna do when I get the game. I'm gonna go buck wild, just kind of, because this is as much freedom Donkey Kong has ever had around him. So I wanted to see how it felt. Donkey Kong just going buck wild. It is Mario Odyssey. I gotta tell you that it is Mario Odyssey in Donkey Kong mode, right? Even the
same team.
Yeah, even when you lose a life, it's like he loses coins at the end, just like Mario Odyssey. So it's kind of the same thing. But I loved it. I love the fact that you destroy the world and you could go up in the map and see the part you just destroy in the stage.
I love it when we could get to destroy the world.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, you guys have seen a lot of Donkey Kong stuff. So I'm not gonna talk about that too much. I played Civilization. Okay, I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I did enjoy it just because I like PC games. I've always like Command and Conquer, which is like strategy and stuff like that, building, back in the day, or world building, or those coaster games, things like that. You build worlds with, and you kind of meet new people, and meet. You have to build a civilization here, make a crop here, and then do this here. But that's not the only reason I played it. I know the game is kind of boring. The only reason I played it is because that's like a PC game, right? And that's a real true game to test out those mouse capabilities for the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm like, what better game to test? Because that's probably why they were there. I'm like, what better game to test if this can compete with this? Oh, this is a crappy mouse. This is Apple's mouse. Crappy. This can compete with this. Then a game that is mostly, kind of, the audience is bigger on PC. And so I went there to try to use the mouse and everything. I have to admit, I like the mouse. I do. Ergonomically, my hands are kind of big. And so I wish that there were more area. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a depth. I think there are accessories now.
Check out Jake Randall's.
Yeah,
he bought one that holds it and turns it into like an actual hand mouse.
I pre-ordered that same mouse at GameStop when I went for my Switch, and they said they recommended, hey, you like the mouse? Hey, we have this accessory here if you want to buy it. That you can just kind of put the thing here. Oh yeah, I'll take it. And it's like one thing that I was noticing is that whenever I took the mouse here, there's a click here and everything here. This here, right, didn't have any purpose, but it was still functional, right? And so I ended up kind of hitting my finger with the joystick a lot and moving things like I didn't want to move, or the camera move. And I said, see, like I want to go like this, and my hand automatically rests on top of because I'm used to doing this, right, with the Joy-Con. So I would have to keep my hand back here and then do this like that, and it was a little bit uncomfortable there, right? I understand that it's a good feature to have. Not for every game. doesn't work that well for other game, or maybe the adapter will work better for it. It'll kind of protect that little thingy there. So that's just a tiny little con there. The fact that this goes from here, a mouse, to here, like playing like that, it's insane. The change, all you gotta do is this mouse. That's it, right? You can use it on your jeans, on any surface, whatever. And so the other game that I did play, which is the only game that you set down, and I'm probably sure that's why I played it, because I need to sit down. My legs hurt. I said
it's the best. See, I'm not big into sports.
But let me tell you something.
I need to try it.
What happened to you with Metroid
and Mario Kart?
No, the other one is it? No, it wasn't
Hades.
Hey, what happened to you with Hades? Happened to me with that game, because the minute I sat down and I started going to the tutorial using both both Joy-Cons as mouse like that, the feedback that I got felt like as I was actually like pushing a wheel, and then you can feel like the tires.
Yeah.
Like the tires at the bottom of the thing. And it was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I'm like, you kind of going like that. You feel the tires moving at the bottom of the Joy-Con, those little, the little tire teeth or whatever, can just kind of going there. And so it became so immersive. It just got me Nintendo Switch Sports vibe, right? Because you're playing like a Switch a basketball, and you're kind of moving like that, and then you're shooting. You do the shooting mode like that, and then you have to kind of go towards the other person. It takes a little bit for you to maneuver, because when you're moving to the left, you have to do the same thing as you do with the wheel with the mouse. One back, one forward, one front, or just use one to kind of turn the are we calling it a wheelchair? What are we calling it? Motorsport? It is a wheelchair, right?
I just call it sports. It's still just sports.
That's
why I'm not interested in it.
So, but the game was crazy fun. I really enjoyed it, and then we got to play a match. And there was a point, right, where that they did it on purpose, but I'm glad they did, where we were just practicing, right? We didn't know we were practicing against each other. We were practicing against. I thought I was an NPC we were practicing against, right? Just doing this and everything, and everybody was having fun. All right, you guys practice. You done practicing? Yeah. No, okay. Now play with each other. Now it's you against you. Like, wait a minute. I was playing him the entire time, and he was playing me the entire time, and so it was just so much fun. And then we played a team versus team. We played basketball. It was incredibly fun. I think that game, out of any other game on the floor, did the best job out of showing at least the HD2 HD, what is it called? The HD Rumble 2, is it?
I think so.
Out of the Joy-Con, like the best one, just because of how it really felt when you just dragged it. It felt like the tires of the wheel, so it did a really, really good job. And that one convinced me that I wanted to get that game. What other games did I get? I played here. Let's see here. I played. Yeah, so Civilization. It looks great. I did my pros and cons here before the video, but I'll just leave it at that one.
Street Fighter. The pros and cons. Just list off games.
Yeah, Street Fighter. Street Fighter has no cons whatsoever. I just loved it. It looked incredible. I played super awesome. I like the it's only $59, and I love the costumes. I chose Ryu, and I gave him a different costume, and I like how the costume reacts, and insane. The guy let me win, but I
have a question.
You play with the Pro Controller, because that was the way to go.
I played with the Pro Controller. I did the regular version, and I did like I
didn't like the taking one.
Yeah.
I'll give it another chance when I take it at home, but it was like, dude, this is not for me. But the game itself is awesome value.
I have a question. Is that a remake? Is that Street Fighter 6 is a remake, or did they just enhance the graphics?
No,
it's a new entry in the story of Street Fighter.
Okay.
It takes place finally the furthest along into the franchise.
Yeah, finally, because it's never too far along.
Because like 1, 2, 3, but then 4 and 5 take place in between 2 and 3. So then 6 finally progresses the story like after.
Yeah. But Paul, to add to that, there was a feature, or there was a playing style where it counted your calories. So I'm guessing that when you do this, it's kind of counting it as you working out also, or you're going like this, and at the bottom she showed me, look, it'll keep track of how many calories you burn.
It's like a shake weight.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll keep track of
that.
So it does. It has an area where you can work out, right, and do fighting, and then use the controllers, because it'll take your movements and show them as moves as well. So if you're fighting, Paul, in real life, and you have your Joy-Cons in your hand, and you're just doing the moves with you're fighting too. So that's what they explained to me, and I saw the little calorie count at the bottom. Hey, I burned 56 calories. That's cool. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And that part. What else did I get here? Street Fighter. I call the Wheel of Fortune the wheel game.
Oh, did either of you take the Joy-Con sideways to try the mouse controls in Metroid Prime 4?
I did. I think
I did play that one in mouse control. But I'm not going to play it that way at home.
I was impressed with how fast it worked. Just dual analog, boop, mouse.
I like it.
It's extremely sensitive and smooth.
See,
Like,
yeah, it is. It is. Mm-hmm. I like it, but I prefer the other way.
I'll be probably playing mostly dual analog.
Pro controller mode. Yeah, I do like it because it gives you that first person mouse PC shooter game kind of feel, right?
It gives you the option. I love options. Just like my option, I'm gonna get my system, I'm gonna plug it into my TV, and I'm probably not gonna look at it for about till the next Switch comes out and play with my Pro controller.
So for that one, this is what I wrote. This is what I wrote in my notes here. For Metroid Prime 4. It adds something because you're not only just using a mouse, you have your other controller here at the same time. So you're using the mouse and the controller. So it's like another level of immersion. And then that accompanied by the sounds, the surround sounds that you have, you're hearing the battle going outside while you're inside doing your thing. And then once you reach the big battle, there's people shooting here, people shooting there. You look up, there's a battle going on. You can see somebody flying by. It's just very immersive, right? And then the surround sound is insane. I can't wait to play this game with headphones on because they did announce that surround sound feature they've added, and Metroid Prime 4 is one of the games that shines with it. And then
I want to hear that music. Just
like when
right there.
I want to get like really cool gaming headphones so that I can hear that. Because
I'll make a recommendation. Corsair sent me their Virtuoso Max.
Yeah,
those things are like playing Xenoblade Chronicles X with those, and like the acoustic guitar and the rain, like, and then it gets in when you get into a battle, the distortion on the guitars come in, like, oh my god. Yeah. And Metroid Prime, like, it's just the noise canceling kicks in. They've got, I think, 50mm drivers, so
that's good.
Like they're unreal. Like it's when I'm playing handheld, that's when I use them the most, and I literally just get transported into the game, and I love it.
That's awesome. Hey, that is awesome.
Were you going to ask us? I thought you had another question about something earlier.
Mike mentioned the same thing about Metroid, just how it like it was the the ads weren't really doing it for him, but then and was there like a specific moment that you're like, I'm sold?
Yeah, the immersiveness of this trailer, because if you I'm playing Metroid Prime Remaster right now, right? And
Metroid Prime what?
Metroid Prime Remaster.
Oh, that's the one on the Switch, right?
Yeah, the one on the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I'm trying to follow now.
And I'm playing it, and I feel kind of lonely playing it because it's just there's you go into this world, right? There's the little levels, and you reach your place, you save, you go to another level. It's some puzzle solving. At least the beginning of this game, it's like you jump right into the action. The action is already going on, and you jump it into the action. And I haven't played 2 and 3 yet, so I might be just kind of based on Metroid Prime. But the visuals, the overall the audio and what's happening and the sound effects and the people out there, and you hear something going on over there, like the fighting going on.
And who was the Decepticon dude? I have so many questions.
So
there's a Decepticon dude.
Helix, right? Helix.
No. You're thinking about Silex. I'm talking about the actual, literal Decepticon at the beginning. I don't remember if it's in the trailer, so I'm not gonna give too much more specific. I'll tell you. I'll tell you after.
But
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, that's what caught me because it created like this. Okay, I'm the hero here. I'm like the man. Well, I'm not the man. It's Samus is the girl. But you're going into a battle that's already like full on, right? And so there's just so much going on around you, and I think the controllers are also different. The mapping is also different. It's not like Metroid Prime at all. Like for example, he was like, "Oh, you have to scan that," and I was trying to scan with the D-pad, and no, you don't scan with the D-pad. You scan with the. I think it's like, oh, press
the X button. What?
Yeah,
the X and one of the L buttons.
Yeah, so it was more like you can almost play in one hand with the mouse and then like this, you can scan on one hand and do this with the mouse and stuff like that, and then you kind of shoot. So there was a lot of differences with the mapping of the buttons.
So for me also, it was the music, and it was the whole, how
Yeah,
did we get here? Where are we?
It's around.
I started having too many questions, and I wanted to, and I admit, in video games, I enjoy beating up things and shooting things in video games. Okay. So yeah, I was like, okay, I really want to know like what's happening. That's what did it for me. I'm too curious. Now I got to go back to the start and so and play all of them.
I asked, is this the beginning of the game? Because I wanted to know that if we have to go through a quieter stage or like a more toned down stage to get to this epic area where there's just so much going on that they need Silas. They need a I forgot her name. I'm going Samus. They need Samus's help to intervene, right? And then of course they come in and this sergeant guy greets her and talks to her and everything like that, and it sends you on your mission, and it's all part of like, wow, that's so cool, right? Because in Metroid Prime, you arrive in your ship, and right when you arrive, there's nothing there. You just have to find out how to open the thing. You shoot something here to open the door, and so here, when you arrive, there's just so much going on already that kind of puts you okay. It gets you hype. It gets you hype for the battle. I'm just gonna, you're ready to get in, and of course the surround sound is insane, the graphics and a lot of other stuff. So I didn't catch a lot of footage of that because there's so much already online, right? But that's what got me. Although I've already been trying to get into Metro, that's why I'm playing Metroid Prime right now, and so this is just
it's your first time at Metroid Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It's my first time with the 3D Metroid, because I played Metroid from NES. I played, but
never played one. I see stuff and I hear Andres talk about it. Andres is like the biggest like Metroid fan, and I'm like, okay, like whatever. But then actually sitting down and playing it, now my curiosity's peaked.
And Josie and Paul know they're working with me on this because I play games, but then I hear the story, and I accept it at the time that I'm playing. I put it down and I beat it and then move on. I don't think about it again. And so I don't stick to lore, and so Josie's helping me, right? And now I'm kind of sticking more to the lore of Zelda, although I played the NES Zelda, right? I played A Link to the Past, and I feel like I didn't play because I just played it, passed it, beat it, moved on, right? And so I don't consider myself a lore guy, right?
That's okay.
So if you
I pick on you all the time, but that is okay.
But the thing is that I understand that knowing lore just makes the game more fun, right? Kind of knowing the story.
That's how it's easier to get attached to. That's how I got attached to Zelda.
Yeah,
because I'm like, not only the gameplay that fun, because you're more of a gameplay person. It's not that the story doesn't interest you. It's just that, oh, okay, this is cool for now, and then it's like a book. That was great. Close it up, move on. I do the same thing when I read a lot of time. So
the biggest lore I know is, oh no, they kidnapped the princess. They kidnapped her again. We gotta get a power up and go rescue her. All right.
Yeah, exactly. But that's where Nintendo thrives, though. They thrive on gameplay. But they do need help. But stories, like I said, Zelda, Metroid 2, when I play it, I'll have a better understanding. They would benefit even more because those games still cater to those of us who want story and gameplay. It'll cater to somebody who just wants story. It caters to people who just want gameplay. So I'm just like, let's do more. So that's kind of how I feel about that.
Good tip, Bumini. Good tip. Really good tip. Make sure.
Yeah, good point.
What it sounded like, though, with the way you described the opening of Metroid, is like almost like a Halo experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We played the part that was in the trailer, but I loved seeing what happened right before she landed.
Ooh, you're right.
And that's why I'm like, okay. And then the music comes and it's like the savior is here. I'll bow to the queen. Yes, Queen Samus.
You're right.
I will play your games.
It is like Halo. It is like Halo because what's his name? Chief Commander, Commander Chief,
Master Chief,
Master Chief, man, Commander Chief guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's entering a battle already that started, so he just kind of comes there and then, hey, I'm here, you know. And so that's what it felt like with Samus when she arrived and she came out of that ship. It felt so much more satisfying because, like, I'm here now. You can all just chill.
And you got to remember, it's the way she stands up, you know, straight in that really awesome suit. I'm trying to make sure I keep it clean. You know, awesome suit, and you hear the music. It's the Savior music. The Savior's here.
Yeah, I'm here now. But
she's like, all right, y'all, I got this. I got this.
So back to the lore of Halo is I need a weapon.
That's a good thing. That's you might need that in a video game. I like that.
Like, Samus can go, I need a weapon. Oh yeah, my arm is a weapon.
That's not how women think. We just say, fine, I'll do it. And that's what Samus is doing. She said, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, but yeah, it did give me more Halo vibes, you know. I would say Battlefield.
Okay.
Call of Duty.
Did it feel modern or did it feel dated?
No, I felt futuristic.
No. Like, did it feel like a modern shooter? Like
it did.
You know, how Halo Infinite and Call of Duty, all that stuff. Like, did it feel like it could stand toe to toe with those, at least campaign wise, obviously, because this isn't multiplayer, as far as we know. Yeah,
the campaign felt like if I were starting a brand new campaign for Call of Duty or Halo, like it felt next level. Like the visuals, the mechanics, the sound, everything felt like it belongs on Xbox or PlayStation.
Cool. Love that.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to put it, actually. Like I think that's the best way to put it.
Like I said earlier, if somebody had told me that was when I was playing Cyberpunk, that there was really a PlayStation hidden somewhere underneath, I would have believed them. I could not believe this is running on a Nintendo system. I'll be very honest with that.
It was good. Metroid Prime. What else did I play there? Wheel of Fortune.
I didn't see a Wheel of Fortune game.
I'm talking about the wheelchair game.
Oh, did you try out the camera with Super Mario Party Jamboree?
I didn't go to any of the current Switch games. Yeah,
I didn't play Jamboree.
Yeah, I saw people having fun with that, but I just didn't want to go there.
Camera was cool.
Yeah,
it wasn't a priority to play. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I did play. Well, it wasn't a priority, but I still did play a little bit of the Mario Party on day one because I wanted to play the what's that hockey puck thing that you play? Air hockey.
Air hockey?
Not air hockey.
Well,
like
yeah,
air hockey? Bumper. Is it the soccer thing where you have to turn the knobs?
No, it's at pucks when you like smack a disc into the other person's thing. I just forgot.
Yeah, that's air hockey.
That's air hockey.
Air hockey.
My brother had one.
Played the air hockey game of Mario in the Mario Party.
Yeah.
Because that's new and to test out the mouse. And I'm like, gosh, this feels like a tangible, air hockey thing. And with the HD2 Rumble and stuff, it was pretty neat. But on the second day when I went, I did try out, I need to try out a little bit more full experience of Mario Party and see what's the camera like. And the camera was really neat. And it honed in. There was just one camera there, and it was splitting up the four of us playing and putting us on the screen. And I know, is that new technology? Well, it's new for Nintendo Switch. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to have new life breathed into it. And I think the camera piece, for some, will be a really good way to connect people together, like friends experiencing that couch co-op.
Yeah.
And maybe you think, but I could just FaceTime a friend. But there's always something else to it. If you FaceTime or Discord or Zoom or whatever with somebody, having it integrated into the console is always going to be a little bit more premium of an experience, I think, if it's done right, because then you don't have to also fandangle with some other thing. It's just there.
Yeah.
I like it. And
it
could be done in any game. Just you could be playing any game and that other friend could be on the bottom. You could talk to them, you could see them, you could see their game while they're playing or not, but just having it there is going to help the social atmosphere of this system and set it apart a little bit.
You know where this comes from? Go ahead, Jesse.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna say something to Paul real quick. You know, it'd be cool though, because your children are getting older. I know as a parent, you probably don't like to think about that, but they're getting older. So when they want to hang out in their room and don't want to hang out with dad every single day, this is a way you can kind of quote unquote have your hangout sessions. Get them all a little piranha plant camera. You guys can play from your room. Or you can still bring families together, even if you have teenagers.
Stay away from the piranha. That's trash. It's trash.
The piranha plant camera?
420p? That's like,
oh, I didn't know it was 420p. Oh, okay.
A pixel. Yeah. So you guys see this, right? This Mario Kart font and all the new, that's this is from the arcade game, right? This style is from the arcade game. I'm like, where did I see it before? I went to an arcade and I saw Mario Kart arcade. It's made by Capcom, is it? Capcom or
Bandai?
Bandai, yeah. And their font and everything is just like this. This is it. The visual, like the text and the bigger OK and start and all that stuff. Like it's bigger, more in your face. Feels like you're actually playing an arcade game. Yeah. So
which they've probably helped. They've helped with quite a bit. So there's a real good chance they were a little bit of support, Bandai, with this latest Mario Kart.
So this is where look at the guy's confused face. He's like, "What are you doing, dude?"
I didn't tell y'all. I dropped a Joy-Con. By accident. In the beginning stages, like where Mike is, where I was out there, I'm like, I just wanted to hold it, I just want to touch it. And she was showing me, as if I don't have a Switch one, she was showing me how to take the Joy-Cons on and off and everything. And I don't know how my hand slipped and I dropped one. And she's like, doesn't matter. And I'm like, okay, good. So Joy-Cons are probably drop on the floor proof. Yeah.
All right. So let me see here. I already talked. Okay. The last game I played was the Yakuza game. I played the Yakuza game. It played well, looked great, good violence.
What was it?
I kicked people's butt, and it was a really cool kind of beat 'em up kind of thing. Everything looks really nice in the like the little Chinese. Is it Japanese or Chinese area? Is it Japanese?
I think it's Japanese.
It's like a Japanese.
I think so. Because I believe Yakuza himself, I think that's all Japanese.
It's Japanese, yes.
It's Japanese? Okay.
Okay.
Well, the city looked incredible, beautiful, all colorful and everything like that, like at night. And, the graphics on the face, I'm guessing I went ahead and looked it up afterwards. Yeah, to say it's the same. It's not that they were aiming for extremely hyper realistic stuff, but it looks exactly the same as it did on the other game. But the game was good, I just wanted to see what the game was about. I didn't care about the graphics or anything because I just heard the game and I actually liked it and I want to play it and buy it, So I took that opportunity just to like Joycey kind of discover new games that I might not have been too interested about, but now they're on Switch 2. Supporting third-party support on Switch 2 is important because that'll bring other third-party developers in and say, hey, that game did well. My game can do good too. So I played, I think it was like 9 games total. Let's see here. Of course, I didn't do Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't do Kirby. I didn't do Mario Party, Jamboree. And I played all those games, and I want to experience those games in the comfort of my own home with the updated visuals on my brand new 85-inch TV. I'm kidding. I don't have it's not 85, it's only 75. But
wow, such a difference.
For me, it's a big difference. I need it.
No, I know I'm teasing you. It's like, oh, it's not 85 inches. It's only 75 inches.
Hey, it makes the difference. It makes a difference. That's
good.
Yeah. So to me, the combination of the HT Rumble on the Joy-Cons and playing Joy-Con and mouse at the same time, that felt very, very cool. Combining the HD Rumble 2, combining the fact you're holding a Joy-Con in your hand, you have a mouse feature on the other hand, and then everything is going on before you. That was just like, to me, okay, this is what Joshi calls it, Gen 10, is it?
It is
Gen 10 gaming, because it's like you're combining the best of both worlds, handheld and mouse features, into a game, which is super cool. I know that there's a one of the consoles already did this. What's it? The 8, one of those PC consoles. I forgot. They're really expensive. You can take a Joy-Con Joy-Con, one of those controllers out. They copied Nintendo in the fact you can.
They're like you mean like a Steam Deck?
It's like it's
one of the PC portables.
Yeah, PC portables. I can't remember the name. But yeah, Switch is king right now.
Like, is it the Asus one, or I'm not sure? I'd have to look it up.
It's the one that is now coming to. That has a Steam version now. It has a Windows version. Steam version is coming later this year.
What game?
And it has a Steam version. A Steam version of the first Steam version of a console outside Steam Deck is coming later this year. Running Steam OS. And now Lenovo Legion Go.
It?
Yeah, okay. But one of the Lenovo ones have removable. I'm gonna call them Joy-Cons because Joy-Cons are
removable controllers.
Yeah, and then one of the controllers you can use as a mouse like that. So
okay,
yeah, but they haven't taken advantage of him like Nintendo has. So it's Nintendo's game.
Y'all know what's wild? I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I got to step away for a couple seconds. But you know what's wild?
And once Joshi steps away, that's when I'm gonna reveal the big thing.
And I have extra tea on top of that when he reveals the thing.
Okay.
This is just the launch. This is just the launch lineup, or at least these games are coming within probably the first year.
Mm-hmm.
This is the very beginning of a brand new console. Mm-hmm. That is running Cyberpunk, whatever, at just brilliant, beautiful speeds. What's going to happen in a few years when all the developers have really had a chance to work with Switch 2 and optimize it and can really, really, really pull some stuff out? I know that there's concern over some of the power and everything kind of out there, but I'm like, Nintendo got Tears of the Kingdom to run on what was then a 6-year-old system. So I can only imagine what's going to happen with some of the games that third party and first party, what they're going to be able to really, really do when they really push this particular system to its limits. I'm real interested in seeing the games we get in about two more years. What do y'all think?
Animal Crossing.
This isn't.
I want Animal Crossing regardless. Regardless, we want Animal Crossing.
Or are you talking third party? I'm sorry.
Either way, because I think about so what if Nintendo does what they did last year? Because normally we only get like a Zelda game every 4 to 5 years, 4 years or so. And so what if they do the same thing?
Switch was about every year, unless you're talking just a brand new one. Like
I'm talking brand new.
Yeah, so that
I'm talking mainline Zelda, not spin-off or anything else. So we only get a few mainline Zeldas, and sometimes we only get one. So I'm wondering if they do that, whatever the big 3D Zelda game is going to be, I wonder if they're going to even have time to do a sequel or something of that nature, whatever they can do with it. Because in my opinion, Breath of the Wild was absolutely gorgeous. It was a wonderful game, but Tears of the Kingdom was still pushed a little bit harder, I feel. And I feel like it's a little bit more crisper than Breath of the Wild. So we're talking about a Zelda game. It was also made for Wii U. Zelda game, but at the beginning of the Switch year, and then one towards the end. And I do feel that there's a difference. So I can imagine what we're going to be looking at in probably another few years. That was my point, basically. Shout out to Venatus. Thank you.
All right. Can you guys notice something there? I'm not gonna show it right now. I'm not gonna show it yet. Is that super chat? Venatus, yes, thank you so much, man. Thank you, 712 for the 5. What's up, peeps? Just popping in, spread some good vibes, man. the vibes are better than you're here. Thank you so much for your help and your assistance.
Thank you, Vanata. We love you.
All right, so here is the breaking little story here that I'm about to share with you all. Okay, this is a breaking story. Nobody as out there has tried this, at least of those who have gone through the experience. And I just went ahead and did it. And the guy was like, "What are you doing?" He looked at me like you're not supposed to do that. And he looked at the other girl, and I'm like, and she was like, where is she? No, that's not her. What? and she was like, what are you doing? and I'm like, I want to try something out. And he was like, okay. I tried it. And so this, okay, what I tried here is a confirmation of a feature that could come in an update that is not available now. Okay. Software updates can come with the system because we're in the future. This is the future now. We get updates provided by our software in phones and stuff. And so what I wanted to try is this. Let me know if you guys could spot it. Let's see here. I've already done it there. But look what am I doing there? I'm holding it right there. Okay. Let me see if I can get there's a certain what's happening there?
Oh, you've got the Joy-Con on backwards.
I got the Joy-Con on backwards. Okay. Then I switched it around. I'm like, okay, this is not the way it goes. I switched it around and I fixed it, and I switched the Joy-Cons. I flipped it around. I flipped it around so that the cartridge is on the bottom. The headphone jack is on the bottom. Okay. The USB-C port on top is now on the bottom. And on top is only the display out port. It went in perfectly. And it's like, did you know about? I didn't know I could do that. I'm like, does it work the same way? Yeah, it does. And it worked the same way, perfectly aligned. So, in theory, with the display out port on top, it could give you an accessory that you could add on top that could maybe be a second screen for Nintendo DS moving forward for NSO, and not for I'm not saying Nintendo's going to bring back the second screen. I'm saying it's going to be a little gimmick accessory that will work for the NSO, and they're probably going to sell it in a little red box, just like the Nintendo GameCube controller. So you can buy that second screen and add it like for $100, or maybe wait, tariffs, $200 on top of that, and so it worked. I flipped the screen.
It's how they're going to bring back Labo. Labo and DS will be tied together.
So, you want to hear some tea on that, Mike?
It's been flipped, and look at his reaction.
You want to hear some tea on that, Mike?
And he wasn't saying that it happened that I did it. I'm like, because these are not employees from Nintendo. They were hired there. So everybody in the red shirt, except for about five to six people in the entire floor, they flew from Vancouver. Okay, you can tell because they're the ones out front leading the way. There are some software developers, software engineers who are the ones who I spoke to basically almost everybody on the floor. And there are some software engineers who were in charge of the app that scans in all of the badges and all that stuff, but they also work with the Nintendo and with other different areas. So they were present. There were some executive presence. They were the ones that were wearing not the red shirt, but they were wearing like a button-down shirt and a badge with them, and And then the rest of the crew, like people who were collecting badges or giving out badges, people who were standing next to some main experiences, they were local hires for the event. And so that's why a lot of them, if you ask them questions, they might not know as much. They'll tell you. I would check Nintendo.com for that for free to see if they update information on there. They were told gear kind of move you to Nintendo.com or to find out more on that. But so when I said about this, hey, did you know you can flip this? You can flip the switch. You can flip the switch. Because I say, look, for people who want to have their headphones on the bottom instead of sticking out the top, it's kind of beneficial. You can just on the bottom. You have your cartridge through the bottom, right? Charging through the bottom, and so it's more comfortable to hold the switch and play a game when things are coming out the bottom than just kind of sticking up the top like that, So what am I doing here? What is happening on my screen? Something just happened. I don't know what happened. But go ahead, Josie. Where's the tea?
So, Tall Show, he's usually here on podcast night. He's a mod with me over on what's the name's channel. But he said a lot. But he said crap, he's like texted me like a few different times since then. Hold on. Nah. He said, I did the flip the switch thing by putting in the controllers backwards. The magnet Joy-Cons, do fit perfectly when the system is upside down, but the controllers won't charge in that configuration. The rep there also told me I can attach them while the screen is facing away, but who the heck would want to do that? Well, you just answered that question, Mike. But the fact that they don't charge,
I don't believe that.
They were told they were, and I was like, because when you just said what you just said about you can get an extra screen, put that on top, and then play your DS games, I'm like, that makes sense. But if we flip them around, why would we do that? I just know that it has to be some kind of game gimmick somewhere for something. The only
reason why it has to be flipped is because the top USB-C port is not a display out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not display out. The bottom one that connects to the dock to display out to your TV is the only display out USB-C port that the Switch has. Okay. So and it's when you flip it up over, it's located right in the middle, right? And so not only that, but when you flip it upside down, you'll see that not only does it have a USB-C port right center in the middle, but it has two little tiny holes for support, which also kind of they land on the Nintendo Switch perfectly for support. So if they would have to, if they were to do a screen that it goes centered, that screen will have those little prongs in there for support as well to kind of. And when you flip it over, it kind of flips perfectly there.
I see. Thank you. This is why I need you to explain tech stuff to me.
Yeah. So the charging thing, I don't buy. You know why? Because the adapters go in. That little adapter that goes in the middle that the people are complaining is going to break off.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it charges. It doesn't charge throughout the magnet. Magnet is only for to hold off the Joy-Con, but that little plug thingy is where the Joy-Cons charge through. And when you look at it, when you actually look at the system, it has connections on both sides. It's not just one side flat and then the connections on one side like a USB port, right? You look at USB, it has like the connection to the one side and then the other side, can't. It has connections on both sides. That's why I'm guessing it's more like they're holding back information more than they're just kind of just because it's
very
not
possible.
Yeah, just because it's not a thing yet with Nintendo. This is not a feature they have or they provide. Right now, it's just a theory. The system does it. You can flip the switch. The Joy-Cons fit perfectly on the other side, and features could be added later on with the thing, a $300 adapter, maybe $400.
Zelda, I'm sold.
Or before or after tariffs.
Yeah.
I know, right?
$200 plus tax. Tariff tax. And now we have to say that.
That will definitely have an ambassador program later.
Right. All right. So anyway, any final thoughts you guys want to provide on the Switch 2 experience?
I do.
Go ahead, Josie.
I was so excited. It was so much fun. But some of the doubts I had, because I know I've been one to say one of the big gets that everybody's kind of hoping for is GTA 6, and somebody in chat brought it up. I have a lot more confidence that Switch 2 can probably run GTA 6.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I wasn't feeling it before. I was like, I don't know, y'all pushing it if y'all think GTA 6 is gonna be able to run on this. I have a different opinion now. I think it's extremely possible.
Depending on the file size, I could see it being a game key card / digital download only.
It will be.
Because I think it's going to be so big that even with some fine tuning and DLSS and minimizing or maximizing the storage by minimizing how much is used, well, I mean, we'll see how big it is, but I don't know if it will fit on a 64 gigabyte cartridge. Or maybe they will find a way how to cram it down. Maybe it will work, and then cool, or most of it will, but some will have to be downloaded. Hard to say, but like we have to see more of the game in action and just how ambitious and powerful and demanding it is. However, if it runs on Xbox Series S, there's a very good chance that it will run on Nintendo Switch 2, because Nintendo Switch 2 is in some ways more capable than Series S, and in some ways not. Like, you know, if you're looking at the stats like this and this and this and this, you can be like, okay, NS2 has more gigs of RAM and a more advanced CPU and a more intelligent GPU, but Series S might be faster in this clock speed, and over here, this might use, you know, SSD, and this might use XP, but with DLSS advantage, like if it could run on Xbox Series S, I think you'll get on Nintendo Switch 2. So I don't see why this game can't. We'll see. But imagine it also is a Nintendo Switch 2 day one release on par with the others. And now you have the option of playing on this system that's really hot and out there. Unless if the graphical difference would be huge, which right now, like you saw Cyberpunk 2077.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. And Street Fighter 6, excellent. I would see less and less reason for people just not to get the Nintendo Switch 2 version, because you'd have it on the go also. We'll see.
It's the convenience of the Switch 2 that I love, because now you can, and I'm not saying like, you know, you shouldn't buy other consoles or explore other options, but for me as somebody who's like, I'm buying one system and this is it, I'm a lot more open to seeing these games hopefully come over. It's the pure convenience. Even if it downgrades a little bit in handheld mode, I think a lot of people will be okay with that as long as it's still going really well. So if it visually downgrades just a little bit because it's in handheld versus dock, I think we can even live with that.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good generation, y'all.
That's a good video.
I'm going to have to get a third job. I'm going to have to start door dashing, y'all. Might have to cash in part of my 401k, what's left of it. Thanks, tariffs.
But it makes sense. It makes sense. Well, not the tariffs, but everything else does make sense. Everything else does make sense. I do believe GTA will be on Switch, and I think that the reason why it'll be on Switch, and I think the reason they might also be building a GTA 6 from the ground up, specifically for the Switch, is because they want to get in the ground floor with what could potentially be another Nintendo Switch situation, right? Where Nintendo Switch was so successful, yet people undermined it, that later on they missed out on all, you know, the hype and the growth. And I think having now played Nintendo Switch, it's going to be a little bit controversial what I'm going to say, but but I'm also going to add something to it that I think Nintendo could have gone this route with. I think Mario Kart World is worth that $80. But I think that maybe Nintendo delivered it just a little bit more. The wrong delivery. The game is way too massive not to be $80 with all it has to offer. I think Nintendo could have made a base model of the game with just the courses, right? You complete all the courses and all the lands and everything like that, and then release an expansion to Mario Kart World with where you can roam the world and you can do all these extra missions and you could do this and that, giving the option to other players to buy in to the $59 version with because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, what is it? A whole bunch of tracks. It's just nothing but tracks everywhere. That's all you can do. Grand Prix tracks. You can race against people and stuff like that. So give fans a version with that, and with the new tracks and everything at that level for $59. But what they did was they gave you the game plus more. There's so much more that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that any other game has, and that's why it's called Mario Kart World, and not even counting what's coming up next, because right now all we have is the Mushroom Kingdom as a continent, and who's to say Hyrule might not come next, and Pokemon region might not come next, and we get to literally run the land of Hyrule with our carts into the and Hyrule is this huge land where we find in one corner we find the Rito and the water tracks, and we find here in Death Mountain we can go up there with our cars and everything else. So there's so much for this game, but Mario Kart World is just a bigger game, a much bigger game than any other Mario Kart release. Prior to that, not only do you have 24 racers, by the way, 24 racers, but you have an open world. You can travel it. There's more missions to do out there with those little P little things, those little blue P buttons. What are they called? P buttons? Is that what they call them?
GL and GR?
No, the little P buttons that you step on.
Oh! I thought the controller. I was blanking. Yeah, like the P wing.
Is that P wing? Is that what you call it?
I have no idea.
In a regular Mario game, you step on the P and a whole bunch of coins.
The P switch.
Yeah.
The P switch. I thought you were talking about an enemy.
Yeah, the P switch.
That's my bad. I thought you were talking about an enemy.
That name is kind of finicky though. The P switch. So I'm like, so there's just there's a lot to this game. Now I want to point you guys to this image here, but believe it or not, it gets me emotional for one reason. Okay, this little image here, and I'm pretty sure you guys can see what I'm doing there. If you look at this image here, what am I doing there?
Racing as Bowser.
I am.
Could only see a little bit of. You're looking at a portable for the first time.
I am. I'm looking
You're
at
what?
Because it's big enough and bright enough of a screen.
I see. Okay.
I'm playing the game in portable Switch for the first time in my life.
Wow.
And that's why in that position there, I was crazy emotional. I was like, I'm looking at a screen for the very first time in portable mode and playing in portable mode without having to buy that extension of a big giant screen that I bought, those third-party ones. That's why I've been buying those, because I wanted the experience of having a Switch and literally switching from handheld, from dock to handheld and continue playing. And I played Mario Kart in portable mode there. Not only that, but look at the screen. Look at the color. Look at how colorful it looks there. This doesn't make it justice. Of course, you have to look at it in person. I'm convinced this is mini LED that we're looking at, and it's crazy. It's crazy. So the screen is amazing. It's huge. It feels great now that it's bigger. My hands are big, so the Joy-Cons don't feel as uncomfortable. And I'm pretty sure with those little accessories that we have around here, they're gonna feel great. Really cool thing is that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you want to hear something funny? When you were talking about the mouse controls, because I have bigger hands too, but I also have nails, so my nail kept scraping the table.
Yeah. So I think that's why we need that a little adapter that GameStop sells, because it gives you more ergonomic, more place to rest
It's like
your
an
hand.
actual mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
turns your Joy-Con into an actual mouse is what I'm
it
trying to say.
it leaves the buttons that you need exposed, right? And so I agree. The mouse feature is good, right? It's great, and I think that I think Metroid, out of all of the games and Civilization, the games that I played there took advantage of them the most. Oh, of course, and the Wheel of Fortune game. Wheel of Fortune. What's the game called again? Fire.
Isn't it Dragon Drive?
Fire tires.
Dragon. I thought it was Dragon Drive.
What was it? Paul knows.
Did you play Welcome Tour? That game was Dragon Drive, but did you play Welcome Tour?
No, I didn't play Welcome Tour. No.
That's one that I didn't get to. I mean,
no, I saw it there, but nobody was playing Welcome Tour.
I wish I did, just because I think Welcome Tour.
I'm gonna get it. It's only $10. I'm gonna get it. You know.
Hogwarts Legacy. I didn't play that either.
I didn't play that one.
I played Hogwarts Legacy.
I didn't play it. Okay, you got to tell us about it because I didn't play Hogwarts.
It looks good. Looks great. I just didn't get a chance. I played everything else but Welcome Tour and Hogwarts. That's it.
I mean, look, Hogwarts Legacy. I played it, and because I played it there, I own it. Like, actually, I own the Switch one. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna play that on Switch. I'm like,
that one had a $10 upgrade charge.
That's not bad.
There's so much more effort put into it. But it would be cool if it was like a $10 or even a $20 upgrade fee. But no.
Yeah, I played Hogwarts Legacy.
You played what?
Hogwarts Legacy. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you said something. I don't know what I thought you said. I thought you said something about a journey in Octo, and I was like, "Wait, what? Octo? What? You going on a Splatoon journey?"
Jersey makes me question everything. I'm like, what did I say? There's something wrong.
No, and I'm questioning my hearing. Like, that ain't
all right, sorry. Sorry. All right, so I played Hogwarts Legacy, and it was phenomenal. It was amazing. It had no loading. But by the way, did Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, have any loading time? Yeah, it didn't have any loading time for Hogwarts Legacy either. No loading time whatsoever.
No, it did have a loading time, but let me explain. You know how it gives you all those tips in Breath of the Wild while it's loading, and it usually has time to give you 2 or 3 or 4 tips.
Mm-hmm.
I read 1 tip and I didn't get to the end of the sentence. And I read fast.
That's good.
So I'm like, so to me, it's not the same as like just quote unquote not loading or whatever, but I'm like, that's really extremely fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like clicking a button and then wait literally probably about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're there.
So Hogwarts Legacy looks amazing, plays amazing. I it's like, man, I have not played this game. I didn't even buy it on Xbox or PlayStation. The really reason I bought it on Nintendo Switch was because it was on sale, and I think I got it for like $19.
Yeah, it's cheap.
I got it for $19. I'm like, man, so if I got this game for $19 and I could get an upcharge for $10 and play that one that I played on at the experience, it's worth it. It's worth it. It looks great. It looks fantastic.
Wait, which game are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it looked beautiful. I'm not a Harry Potter girl, but it looked gorgeous from when I was, because I did watch it, but I wasn't interested in playing it. But it does look better than this.
It's funny, they created a character that looks like Harry. I'm like, is that Harry? And he goes, no, that's not Harry. That's a character we created. This takes place so long before Harry Potter's story. And
I thought it was after Harry Potter.
It's way before. It's like their ancestors, like, you know, like great grandparents or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and then, we had it wasn't a boss fight because we're trying to release a dragon, and so it looked beautiful, the animation and everything. The battle, it's just awesome. Yeah, it actually made me want to play it. I'm glad that I own it, so that and I'm glad that Paul said that they'd have like a $10 upcharge because I want to take advantage of that. It's so cool.
there's several games too. There's a list on Nintendo's website that Switch 1 games that are getting upgrades, but I think they're free upgrades.
Yeah.
On Switch 2.
Yeah. One thing to mention here, and I want to thank Sherry Sterling for reminding us of that, is that if you have not pre-ordered the Nintendo Switch 2 right now, there's a massive restock happening in two ways. Restocks are happening by order of Nintendo, so it looks like we are getting stocks in waves. So pre-orders happening. Pre-orders go live every now and then. So I would follow either Jake Randall. There's another website that there's another follower on Twitter that he recommends. Follow that one because that's where he gets his alerts. And also, they are canceling bot pre-orders. They're canceling by the hundreds. Okay. And you can see that because they go down, they list them on eBay and all of a sudden they disappear. It's like GameStop is in Walmart are canceling a lot of bot pre-orders. Yeah. This is the one you have to this is the other person to follow on X for those updates. So I like the fact that they are canceling a lot of bot pre-orders. They're canceling anybody who's purchased more than one in a single shop. So, one of the suggestions that I did during the pre-order live watch when we did them, and thankfully we got I'm guessing we got almost more than 500 people to pre-order through the live stream, which is pretty cool. We had like a 900 here. Is that don't add don't add two Switches to your cart, even if you want to. Add just one. Why balloons everywhere? Forget about the accessories for now. If it goes live again, forget about everything. If it goes live, add it to your cart, check out really fast and pre-order. Forget about everything. That's it. Don't think about accessories. Don't think about anything. Then go back for the accessories. Right now, they're still available at Walmart. There's accessories still this day, right? You can go to GameStop in person and still order accessories till this day. Accessory is not the problem. You want to get your hands on the Switch first. That's what matters. Even if it's the base model, even if it's not the bundle, get your hands on Nintendo Switch 2. That's the most important thing. Everything else comes second. That's the number one rule for pre-ordering. Nintendo Switch, and that's it. Then once you have your email confirmation, then take your time to go shopping for accessories and pre-order your games and extra stuff. I've had a lot of people in the chat saying, "Hey, I went and added all the accessories and I added this game and this game to my Nintendo Switch pre-order, and it's giving me things they will let me check out." Sometimes when you add something to your pre-order and while you keep adding stuff, other things become unavailable and that messes up your whole cart. So it's very finicky that way. So make sure that's why just focus on the Switch first if you have not pre-ordered it, and then focus on the rest. Every single video on my channel, every single video has links in the description if you need some links. You can also follow Jake Randall on X and the Lbot person, Lbot thingy also. The Lbot stands for Loserbot. I guess Loserbot maybe. Or Larry, Bobby, Octavius, and Tommy. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any last thoughts, brands? Probably anything that.
I think the system is going to be worth it in more ways than Nintendo Switch was.
Yeah.
Every past generation since the Super NES, if you wanted to experience all of what Nintendo had to offer, you had to buy a home console and a portable console, and that was it. So if you value and appreciate Nintendo IP enough, if you didn't get both, you were missing out on Metroid Prime or Metroid Fusion. You were missing out on Pokemon or Super Mario 64. You were missing out on New Super Mario Brothers Wii or Pokemon Y. Like you were missing out on something if you didn't get a DS and a Wii, a boom and a boom and a boom and a boom. And Nintendo Switch changed that. It was here. If you like all of Nintendo IP, all you need is one system, Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
Now, If you like all of Nintendo IP, yet again, Nintendo Switch 2. And you're getting the backwards compatibility on Nintendo Switch and getting to experience it better than ever. And not that Nintendo Switch didn't have third parties, but now you will have even more third parties and even higher visual fidelity. It's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be an amazing console. I think it's going to be an amazing generation. And I can't wait to see surprise titles from Nintendo from their past, which I think they will bring back. Kind of like how Nintendo Switch revisited some dormant franchises. We're already seeing the return of Donkey Kong, and I think they're not going to stop there. I wouldn't be surprised if this time around we see a new, more grand F-Zero or the return of Star Fox. And I don't doubt we're going to get definitely another Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion 4. The potential for the next 8 years probably is tremendous. And third-party wise, I'm stoked to see, kind of like on Nintendo Switch, how, wow, this was Doom. Wow, this was Wolfenstein 2. Wow, this was this. I'm kind of hyped all over again to see, wow, this is Grand Theft Auto 6. Wow, this is, Injustice 3. Like, I'm hyped. I'm all on board. We've got 39 days until the release of the Nintendo Switch 2. Almost. And yeah.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and take about 5 questions, just 5 questions in. So we already have one. The next 4 questions coming in could be Switch 2 related, could be numbers for Paul Gill, Force Network numbers. It could be N64 Josh from Mario Kart and Metroid or anything related to road computer. I was like, anything to road mics or headphones. I don't know. Anything you can ask anything. And Joycey, if you want to ask Joycey anything related to Zelda, Bayonetta, and or if she has any rants, soapboxes, or the shade, all that stuff.
Yeah, I really need to get like an actual box and write soapbox on it.
For real.
So every time I start pontificating,
take a little box and it's like, it's time for this.
No, I want to get a box to actually stand on. If I'm going to be that dramatic where I need to do it that way, then I'm just going to get on the box itself.
We just see kneecaps. We know we know you're on your soapbox when it's just kneecaps.
Boo Mini with the 5. Thank you, Boo Mini, so much. You are amazing. We appreciate you. Did any of you happen to see Aonuma wandering around at the Nintendo Experience? Or if so, did you ask him when OOT remake will be released? I happened to. No, I didn't see him. I thought I saw Mirage, but it wasn't him. It was just
other reasons why Mike should let Joycey do his travel planning, because you don't know what I saw when I was there.
Woo, that's a teaser.
I never said it was a Numa, but I never said who it was either.
He was by Yakuza.
I know, right? That's where a Numa was, but who I saw, I'll tell y'all later.
I talked to Bill Trinan. He was cool. I mean, I haven't seen him in person since 2019, so it was a little while because we just don't have E3s anymore.
He's the new vice president, right? Of Nintendo of America. Is he gonna take over Bowser? Right now, nobody's gonna take over Bowser with that last name.
I think Doug is going to have that role for quite some time. Doug is
great. Yeah.
When he was chosen for the job, I was like, Charlie Shabetta or Doug Bowser, I think would be great to fill in Reggie Fils-Aimé, and Doug ended up getting it, and I was like, I like him a lot.
But haven't played Nintendo Switch 2 now.
Oh,
I have to say, Ocarina of Time remake I feel like it's more likely than ever that we're gonna get it before we get the big next Nintendo Switch Zelda game. I think Ocarina of Time remake could be a thing. So to answer your question, Boomini, so anybody else want to fit in on the thing? We didn't see Aonuma. I saw him at Universal Studios Orlando in a video, and so that's another thing.
Joycey and Mike,
yes, sir.
Is this the first console you played before it came out, like at an event or something?
For me, yes.
Or Mike, did you play Switch at E3?
I didn't play Switch. No, I think
it wasn't at E3 before. Never mind. It came out in March. E3 was June. Yeah.
I don't remember. I think this is the first. This is the first event that I go through Nintendo to play a console before it's out. Yeah.
Awesome.
I literally signed up on a whim because I was
I'm happy about that.
They're gonna pick some kind of influencer. They're gonna pick somebody like Paul. No, they picked a lot of just regular folks, and I so appreciated that.
Yeah, you're gonna see. I interview a couple of them, and you're gonna see who they pick, which is awesome. I saw families there with all the kids, and I saw like a full family of 4 get out their codes out. It's like they picked. I mean, it was just awesome to see that family, a couple of families, not just one, a couple of them, with their kids just all excited to play Switch 2. An entire family dressed in Animal Crossing. I'm like, I didn't get that.
Why did you get a picture?
I didn't get it because I feel like I didn't want to, I didn't want to.
I would have. I mean, ask for permission, of course, especially if the kids are there. But I would have at least asked the parents, like, "Can I please have a picture of you to showcase?"
The dad had the Tom Nook like button down. The mom had the Isabel shirt, and the kids were like maybe like Timmy and Tommy with the, So it was like it was awesome.
Overload.
Yeah.
Can I say something? Speaking of cute, I had my I didn't have any emotional moments except on my last round right before I left.
Yeah.
And I was playing Breath of the Wild and just, gushing over 4K Sidon. And this little boy, couldn't have been more than about 5, was next to me. And he was playing Tears of the Kingdom, and he's just, and I was like, I remember being that age and how I felt when the screen opened in Zelda 1. You go into the little cave and the old man says, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. And I was like, the baby's learning Zelda. I'm so happy. And I, with that good feeling, my 10 minutes were over and then I had to go because I had to drive home. So yeah, that was my little sweet moment. I love seeing that because I was like, I remember when I got into Zelda.
That's awesome.
Ace. And I don't know who that kid was. I don't, but I was like, Ace father. Because he was with his dad, and his dad was just standing there looking proud too. And I'm like, Ace father.
I'm thinking about your question because I know this is my first event, but it's not the first console I play before it comes out. So I think of what it was. What console came out in the early 2000s?
GameCube.
Yeah. Kobe Bryant Courtside was on it, right?
Yep.
I played it because I used to work at a hotel that did conventions, and Nintendo was there, and they had set up little areas for demos, and I played. I think it was Super Mario Sunshine and Kobe Bryant Courtside on GameCube. I think I mentioned this in the podcast like a while back.
So before GameCube came out, November 2001, you played it some months before or something like that.
Yeah. They were having an event. They're here at Disney actually. It's called the Swan and Dolphin Hotel, and they have their major thing is their big convention hotel. A lot of people coming there. Like I tasted sun chips before they came out too. Yeah. So yeah, they were there. They brought a whole bunch of boxes, but everybody was like tuxedos and everything for a big presentation. And we have this brand new chip is all grain and whatever, blah blah blah. And since we were the ones who's setting up the conventions, right? At the end, they just left a whole bunch of boxes for us, and we opened them up, and they're like, "What the heck is this? It's a new chip. We'll try it." We fall in love with it. I tried the salsa one, the green one, and the original one. And so the chip had not come out yet. I took some home. Like, what is this? Oh, it's a new chip that's coming out. It's going to come out with sun chips. We loved it ever since.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's how it has nothing to do with the Nintendo Switch, but yeah. All right, we got 3 questions in. I'm gonna get one more question because you guys have no questions to ask. So I'll just take one more question, and then we can go ahead and put this podcast to pasture. Take it back to the barn and put it down. In the back of
That's dark, bro.
Take it back. I was looking at something on the airplane.
We're gonna old yeller this thing.
The what?
We're gonna old yeller this thing.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it was Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah.
There was an episode where I think they brought in a puppy, and the puppy was licking Ron's face and his beard and everything, and look, he goes, I don't want to put it down, and then the puppy starts licking him. Yeah, I changed my mind. Go to the back and put him take him down. Take him out. So that's what I was thinking about. Okay, it's time to put this podcast to Green Pastures into take it back in the barn and put it down. All right, we got one question here, and the last question. All right. Okay. All right. We got the questions in. Let's go ahead and start with Boo Mini. Mike Odyssey, Joy CJ, your Nintendo experience. Did either of you happen to see? Oh, wait, we did this one already.
Wait, but there's another part to it this time. If so, did you ask him when Ocarina of Time remake is? Oh wait, no, there's another one she gave us. It wasn't this one.
Let's look for it. Is it this one?
Wait, where'd it go?
I remember watching my brother play Ocarina of Time. That's how I got to Zelda when I first played it. Went to the fishing pond and hung out there for hours. That's so cool.
Oh, okay, that's the one. I'm sorry.
That's it?
Yeah, that was the one. I'm very sleepy.
Yeah.
This is the one that she said, and it cracked me up. Any chance Mario Kart World is playable for like 10 hours, then it turns into Ocarina of Time remake permanently, and Nintendo is like, that's why it's $80.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
What if it's like a total remake of Ocarina of Time? Like, this is the unexpected twist in Mario Kart.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
You want me to knock out these last?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Axtro, so much for your question. How does the Switch 2 feel in hand? Is it comparable to the Switch 1? No.
Not even. Ugh. Like Switch feels like a plastic
expensive toy.
Like a plastic.
It feels like a plastic expensive toy.
Yeah.
Switch 2 feels like a system. It
Premium.
feels premium. It like your phone is kind of smooth. I don't know what the material, metallic-y, whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that. It feels good. It feels good. It is a little bit heavier, but it feels good.
It's like a plasticky phone compared to the newest iPhone, premium wise.
So, and thank you, Red Dragon 72Q, for your question. When do you think the April update will happen? I want to borrow and offer games with family and friends. Wait, April update?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar.
Probably in May.
April update will happen and want to borrow and offer games with families. Also, the update that allows you to be able to borrow and digital games. Well, is that coming to Nintendo Switch also, or just Switch 2?
No, it's. I mean, it's been a minute, but from my understanding, it's also coming to Switch. And it was supposed to be out end of April, and so that's
a good thing. I like that.
It's got like 4 days, right?
Yeah,
4 or 5 days. So
I like that. So yeah, hopefully soon. That's so cool. I can just.
So I would assume by next Wednesday, because I think that's the 30th. I think so. Yeah, by next Wednesday. So yeah, and I think
there's a staff member in the chat from the event, Mike.
Yeah, there you go. Here we go. This is the man that made it all work right here, Matt. Shout out to Matt. Thank you, Matt, for your assistance during the presentation. Literally, you have no idea how much you helped me throughout the entire event, because that was too much, and it was way above and beyond what you did for me in the event. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for making the event special for me. So, I mean, and not only for me, but for everybody who was there, right? So on behalf of the Nintendo podcast, on behalf of everyone in the chat, thank you. You are awesome. You're amazing. We love you. You're great.
Thank you.
Actually, you know what? You're gonna be an honorary mod. Let me go ahead and switch your credentials to mod. Give you some moderation.
Thank you so much, Matt. You
Thank
rock.
you,
All right. A couple more questions. Trusty Fly, thank you so much. Will third party bring triple A's day one? That we're not sure. I think it's going to depend on the game. There's certain games that are launching very, very quickly. Forgive me, I'm horrible with dates. The guys are much better with that. So I believe what you're really asking is new third party games that are coming out that haven't been released yet. Are those going to come day one? We don't know yet. I would imagine as more developers, especially the big ones, get their hands on what are they called, the little dev kits and things like that, and they figure out more how to play with and optimize the system.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what they'll do, and they'll actually do that, because a lot of games could have run much better on Switch 1 if they had proper optimization. So I'm hoping in the future, yes. I don't know if we're going to see that though in the first year, so we'll see.
Madden, I believe, is dropping day and date.
Yeah, day one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's one example.
And so there's also another from Ubisoft that's dropping day one. Can't really say right now because they're gonna knock me off their program. But yeah, there's another one from Ubisoft. Day one.
Did they not announce that?
Nope. But it's coming.
Okay, so we're just gonna pretend that
Ubisoft.
we're well, he didn't tell us anything important.
I didn't say anything.
What's an NDA?
Ubisoft.
We do have an NDA section in our Discord, if you want to put it there.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
Wink.
Oh, no, we don't. Yeah, no, we don't. Mac Time 1984, thank you so much for your question, and I love your profile pic. What is the one game you would like to see get full remakes on Switch 2? Do I have to say it again, y'all?
Final Fantasy 9.
Ooh, good one. Good one. What am I going to say, chat?
Ocarina of Time.
Nope.
Oh, A Link to the Past.
The other one.
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess remade from the ground up.
Legend of Zelda toilet paper. Right?
I'm not paying $80 for toilet paper, Mike. It's bad enough I have to pay for $25.
Does it have to be $80? It doesn't have to be $80.
Mainline Zelda 3D mainline Zelda is going to be $80. $80.
Oh, man, come on. Dude.
Mainline. I'm surprised. I think the only reason Metroid Prime 4 is not $80 is because it was made for Switch 2 or Switch 1. I'm sorry, Switch 1. So if we get a Metroid Prime something else in this same gen, it's going to be built for Switch 2, which means it's going to be $80. If it's a mainline game and it's one of Nintendo's darlings, it's going to be $80. 3D Mario, it's going to be $80. So but that's okay because the other games are 70, so it's all
Donkey
good.
Kong's the redheaded stepchild.
I can't get into Donkey Kong for a couple of reasons, but it's not a bad game, and what I played looked out.
I loved it, man. I loved it. If you like destruction and just breaking everything, is awesome. It's awesome.
It's also 70, not 80. So that's why I said it's the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
Does it look 80? It looks 80. It really does.
Donkey Kong deserves his own Switch model, right? Like his own version of the Switch. Donkey Kong. Has he ever had anything version of him? Controllers, Joy-Cons?
No, because Mario kind of took his number one spot for a while. But I think they want Donkey Kong to make a good comeback. Say it, Josh. Say it.
Red Dragon, I'm so sorry. It's I'm so sorry, Red Dragon.
No offense to any redheaded stepchildren.
Yeah, no,
out there.
Exactly. Yeah, we need a disclaimer.
Just remember, you have a fake black auntie who loves you. Okay, so we're all in this together. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we only have a couple more, and guys, I know we gotta go. We are exhausted. Oh, shout out to Rust Be It Kid. They have become a YouTube member.
Awesome. Welcome to the Odyssey Rust Belt Kid. You are awesome. Appreciate it. Enjoy all the little perks that we have here.
And Jacob Anderson, last question, guys. Thank you so much. You really think new Mario game and new Animal Crossing for real in development behind the scenes, Mike?
Yeah, no, for real. I believe it.
Yeah.
If they do not come out, I quit Nintendo. I quit the channel. You know what? I quit this controller right here. As delicious as it is, looks it's a beautiful thing. It's coming out, guys. It's coming out.
There's no way. What did Mario Odyssey make, or how much did it sell? Like 15 million?
Oh yeah, trust me, the Mario game is gonna be bigger than the Donkey Kong game, and then Mario Kart. It'll be bigger than Mario Kart World. Because if they actually make a Super Mario World remake, but bigger than Mario Kart World, can you imagine? That could be it.
And what if they take or what if they have like a secret level? Because Mario games are like excellent for that, and they have like what's my favorite Mario on NES? It's 3D. No.
Yes, with Mario World.
Super Mario World. I get all the 3Ds and all the ones mixed up. So,
by the way, 29.5 million to answer your question. Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I was way off. So yeah,
it's double of what you said.
It's totally. So what I love about that, I have this vision in my mind that I want there to be a secret level, and I want there to be a Super NES level from Super Mario World, but it's all modernized, but it's very, very, very same level. And I want that to be a lost level somewhere that we just have to find randomly.
Listen. Imagine.
I want that.
Like Paul was saying, imagine a Super Mario World remake, bigger than Mario Kart World, and then have the star level. It blasts you up into space, like Mario Galaxy. Okay, and up there, that's where you get the star levels in up there, and then up there you also see, is it Rosalina there?
Ooh,
right, Rosalina. Am I saying it right?
Rosalina.
Rosalina, Mario Galaxy, right? The queen lady.
She. Oh no, or is that Pauline?
No, it's Rosalina.
Pauline is the other girl.
Wait a minute, who's the mayor of New Donk City?
That's Pauline.
That's Pauline.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Pauline's the one I like. I stand Pauline.
Yeah, there's Pauline. That she's not a favorite character yet, but they should make her right. They should make her one.
I just love her because I think she's more faithful than Peach.
She's a Mario
story.
Party. Right, she's in Mario Party, right? As a playable character.
She's more faithful than Peach, and she's a freaking mayor.
Wait, are you telling me
I got beef with Peach?
Is she? Wait, Pauline was Mario's girlfriend.
I honestly don't know in the Mario lore.
She was the first princess, or the first, girlfriend from Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. And remember that that I think it was Korean artwork shows a baby Pauline hanging on the back of Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Okay.
A baby Pauline. How did she get small again? Oh, maybe that's Mario and Pauline's baby.
Or a prequel.
It could be. Maybe that Donkey Kong is Cranky Kong. I don't know. The Lord, they can just retcon everything. So
I wonder what happened. Where did it go wrong? I want to sit down Mario and Pauline just to have a face-to-face talk. See what happened.
They seem to interact fine in Super Mario Odyssey.
They do, right? They do.
He went and got her purse for her. Her purse was on top of a building, and we had to go get her purse.
And Princess Peach did reject Mario at the end,
which was okay. It's the fact that she didn't say thank you. That's what made me mad. You can reject whoever you want. Nobody's entitled to date you. But yes, I'm going this deep with it, Josh. But she did not say thank you. You ungrateful little girl. You stay up here on this moon then. Yeah, I said it. And that's why I like Pauline better. There.
Yeah.
And get Landon on here so we can debate about it.
Plus, Pauline is Puerto Rican, I heard somewhere. I'm kidding.
I was gonna say I don't think they have a specific race.
I'm just talking.
We are tired, y'all. He flew all day yesterday. I drove all day yesterday. I had to clean out the car and everything. I had to eat all those sugary snacks. Oh darn.
Yeah, we got dating advice going on.
Look, I'm just saying. If I just want a chat real quick. Last question. This is from me. I know we tired, y'all, but hold on. But seriously, if you just went all around the world and then you leave the world to go to the moon to save your girl or your friend, and she don't say thank you. She for the streets, bruh.
Leave it. Just leave her where she was.
Leave her where she at. She don't love you. She don't love you. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Don't worry about don't who kills what, you know. Ignore what Uncle Dr. Phil said to Uncle Phil. that's Fresh Prince over there.
No, Uncle Phil would agree with me.
Uncle Phil said the right thing. Dr. Phil was the wrong thing.
Dr. Phil, let me not say nothing. But all I'm saying is, if she can't even say thank you, that's not a person. If that person can't say thank you after you've put yourself out for them, that's not a person you want in your life as a friend, partner, anything.
So let's end in this one. Boo Minis brought up a good topic here. I was telling Super Mario World is so good. That's the game that demands a remake and make it bigger than Super Mario Kart World and the game for Switch 2. I'm babbling now.
What if Odyssey 2 utilizes 16-bit instead of 8-bit?
You do know that you brought up another good point here, because there has never been a sequel, unless it was an NES, to a Mario game besides the Wii, because Wii was like Mario Galaxy 1, Mario Galaxy 2 on a single system. Now that we have a Nintendo Switch, but this is also a Switch, are we getting a Mario Odyssey 2, or are we getting a brand new Mario? You know, because whenever they release the same Mario on a single system, like a sequel on a system, then are we getting the sequel to the game too? Like Mario Odyssey 2 on Nintendo Switch 2, sequel to the Mario Galaxy 1 on Nintendo Switch 1.
I feel like a lot of people lean to that theory, and I'm like, I don't disagree. The only thing I wonder about is the sales numbers. Like 30 million copies of Odyssey means Odyssey 2 is a lot of brand recognition, or not that Mario isn't, right? I mean, obviously it's gonna do well no matter what, but I do wonder if I have kind of thought that like there might be more iterations on Switch 2 because of it being Switch 2. I've just kind of leaned that way a little bit, like, with an Odyssey 2 and Luigi's Mansion is going to be 4 anyway, so that's not the best. But I mean, are they going to do New Horizons 2 when the Animal Crossing comes out? Or are they going to like change the name altogether? Probably not add a number would be my guess, but
New Worlds,
who knows?
But I think to play on the Mario Kart World thing, Mario Odyssey Worlds.
Everything's getting world. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Worlds.
Everything can be worlds.
You know what? That could, Mike, you actually might be onto something. That could be a theme. But then that could be a Switch 2 theme. So anything that's brand new could have a open world. I think you might be onto something.
Yeah.
I was going to try to compare it to Kirby and Metroid, but I'm like, those are technically Switch 1 games.
Yeah.
So if we get another major Nintendo game and it has another world in it, then we can start playing guessing games of what the next Zelda is going to be called.
The Legend of Zelda Worlds. That's it. That's it. Worlds.
It's like, what world? All of them. We are so tired, y'all. Y'all ready to go?
All right, my friends. That's going to do it for today's podcast. We love you all. Thank you for being here. Before we let you go, we got to introduce the All-Star cast joining us today for this chat. Starting with the one, the only, the one who controls the Nintendo weather, the Force, the Gale, the Paul. Go ahead, Paul. Where can we find you? What you got going on?
Let's see. Over on X and YouTube lately, I've been putting up my Nintendo Switch 2 countdown series, in which tomorrow will be going up 39 days until the Nintendo Switch 2 release. And channel-wise, I mean, I'm proud because I appreciate any view. But as of today, I have 4,400 followers on YouTube.
Nice. There you go.
Kind of a cool number, 4,000.
Go. And guys, if you have not subscribed to Paul Gale Network, now is the time to do it. Go ahead and then you said 4,500?
4,400.
Then let's get to 4,500. All right. Anything else going? Oh, you also have that the transformation video.
Which one?
The Dragon Goku transformation.
Yeah. I was like, and you just said it. Yeah. I am now, let's see, tomorrow's Friday? No, today's Friday. No, today's Saturday. Oh, man, that was a fast week. I am now 8 days into my physical transformation journey of going Ultra Instinct after a 12-week or 11-week. I don't know how many weeks I'm going to do it. Hardcore diet, hardcore exercise, totally focused on it. And I'm starting to see a little bit of a change in 8 days. It's going to take longer, though. But, like, this video will come out right when I hit 42.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. So it's going to be a pretty big amount of years difference from being 28 to 42. Can I pull it off again? Can I look better? It's just a goal. It's a silly little goal, but yeah.
You gotta share. You gotta share what your diet is. You know, for the rest of us who are like, you know, right now I'm Kirby. I don't want to be Kirby. I want to be, you know, I don't want to be Majin Buu, like the Big Boo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like the last version of Boo. No, not the round Boo, but the other Boo. You know. So we'll talk behind the scenes, Paul. We'll talk.
Yeah.
And then over to the one with the shades. Zelda's mama, Joycey, switch to Jay.
Because why not? I am DJ Joycey J on Twitter. I will never call it anything else but Twitter because any other name is dumb.
Or Twitter.
Or Twitter, if we can, you know, speak properly. But seriously, guys, it's been such a blast. Switch to hype train all this time. So just glad to experience it. And thank you guys for letting me just share it with you. Like I said, please follow me on Twitter at DJ Joycey. I don't post a lot or anything like that, but if you have a Zelda question, I'm your girl.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joycey. And of course, wait, let me hide this. I was about to call you Boo Mini because it's hiding your name. And let's go to over to N64 Josh. Don't be it's more than 64 bits there, so don't be deceived. It's in 4K resolution. What's up, Josh?
There you go. There you go. Yeah, guys, you can find me anywhere and everywhere at N64 Josh. Streaming Mario Kart as often as I can on YouTube and TikTok. And so also doing the Nintendo Powercast, which is I try to get a daily episode out, just kind of depends. I've been going live more in the evenings too on YouTube, doing like just mostly just chat focused podcasts, which have been really fun. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, make sure to tune in. Usually around earlier in the week, around like 9:30 Eastern. Later in the week, around like 10:30 Eastern. So
that is awesome. Thank you so much, Josh. And guys, if you love Nintopics podcast every single Friday, well, today's Saturday. We had to do it Saturday because of the experience. But if you love Nintopics podcast every single Friday, we'll be back next Friday. Please go over to all these amazing co-hosts right here. Subscribe to their channels, follow them on social media, support the entire cast so we can all go together and just become a big giant family, right? Like one day we'll go over to Josh and we go to Joycey on Twitter and over to Paul Gale to see Paul's muscles get bigger and even turn Super Saiyan. And of course, Paul also has a whole bunch of content, like a history channel of content when it comes to E3s and stuff like that. So you guys want to check that out too. So you can find me here at the Odyssey every Friday. Not every Friday, but every day. every day, Monday to Friday with news and stuff. I'm redoing my studio, like everything, redoing it again. I have to redo it for accessibility reasons, but so I can keep on going. I said I'm not gonna quit no matter what. So it's happening. It's gonna look good. Don't worry, still good. And I am introducing a brand new short series called, and this is the first time that anybody's hearing it, including our co-host. Wait, let me go find the logo because I forgot what it's called. It's called Nintendo, the Nintendo Speedrun Show.
Nice.
Okay, it's in only in short form. I'm gonna have N64 Josh over. I'm gonna have Paul Gale Network over. I'm gonna have Joycey J over, and the show is all about trivia. Okay,
Ooh.
I will select 10 questions from very easy up to 10 difficulty, and I will ask you questions. It's called I can show you a little bit of the theme song. Let me show you real quick here. It's super fun, and it's gonna be like a little game show, but only in the shorts that has to do with trivia. And I might add some prizes as you go up in think millionaire, but for poor people, because I'm not that rich. Probably give away a controller, and stuff like that. And so that is going to be starting soon. Not only that, but I'll probably be also inviting our you guys on the show. And when you guys come on, then when you answer a certain amount of questions, then I will also provide to you guys some prizes to be there. So consider this, I guess, the first game show with prizes for Nintendo Switch on fans online on YouTube. It's gonna be cool. And
sounds awesome.
It's gonna be soon, and then I'm gonna use these victims here to be our first guest on the show.
I'm excited.
So basically, he's not going to ask me anything about Zelda. He's going to ask me all Pokemon.
Oh, no. This is the thing. It's going to be for you only about Zelda.
Oh, okay. Okay.
For Paul, it's going to be only about Nintendo numbers.
Okay.
And for Josh, it's going to be only on Mario Kart.
So you think you're a Nintendo fan? Answer quick if you think you can. Race the clock with trivia fun. It's the Nintendo Speed Run. So
there you go. That is our theme song for the Nintendo Speed Run, coming soon to a channel near you. Who will be my first victim? You have to subscribe, tune in for our first episode. All right, friend, that is going to do it for the Nintendo Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. We'll see you next Friday. But before we let you go, we got two things we got to let you know. Number one, what is it, Paul?
Never give up.
Don't do it, Paul. Paul, don't give up, Paul. You can do it. Josh, what's the next thing?
It's not Never Surrender. It's Journey On.
I knew you wasn't Never Surrender. Journey On, right, Jason?
Yeah, journey on and do good things, y'all. Love yourself. Love others.
Love yourself and love others. I like that. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add it to the. I'm gonna add it to the saying and not pay Joycey any royalties whatsoever.
That's fair.
All right, take care, guys.
Good night, guys.